new things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers.
The following is a presentation of YSN, your sports network.
Hello and welcome all you football fans for another installment of YSN Live Football. And a matchup so nice we got to do it twice in back-to-back weeks. It is a matchup between 2 of the AAC's best. It is number 6 seeded in Division II Region 5, number 6 seeded Austintown Fitch Falcons, hosting in the number 11 seeded Warren G. Harding Raiders. As you may know, both of these teams locking horns just a week ago. Fitch coming away with the victory in that one in the latter stages of that ball game. Remember, Warren Harding went into halftime in that game just a week ago with the lead, and Fitch able to make that second half comeback and complete the comeback to come away with the Week 10 victory, and a Week 10 victory that earned them home field advantage in this one versus Warren Harding tonight. As the Austintown Fitch Falcons and the Raiders met in the middle for the coin toss prior to tonight's game, the Warren G. Harding Raiders won the toss. They elected to defer, so Austintown Fitch going to be receiving the first half kickoff. As you see where the Raiders are lined up to kick it, it's going to be from the right to the left of your screen in the way you are viewing it at home at your television sets. Ty Bartell carrying you along with this one, as I have all season long at home games for Austintown Fitch, as well as a variety of away games as well. We had our trips up to Canton McKinley, as well as Mineral Ridge when the Falcons faced off against Mooney, as well as last week at Mollenkoff Stadium when the Falcons took on the Raiders. As we get ready for the only Division II matchup under YSN coverage tonight between the Austintown Fitch Falcons and the Raiders Falcons, the only Division II team left standing. As the Falcons coming up on offense, player to watch out for Fitch is Tyler Evans versus Harding in 4 games, 13 receptions, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That is good for just over 44 yards receiving per game. As the initial kickoff gets hauled in near the 20-yard line, making that big turn is Evans. Evans with the stiff arm still on his feet, crosses the 25 and gets brought down near the 27-yard line. And that is where the Austintown Fitch Falcons will take over. Talking about what Devin Sherwood was able to do just last week against the Raiders, one of his finer games against Warren Harding coming here in his senior year. 15 for 23 in passing, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns passing through the air, as well as adding on 14 carries for 48 yards and a rushing touchdown as well. A complete game for Sherwood last week. As we get ready for the Falcons' first offensive snap, coming in with a 4-receiver set. Tyree Mitchell listed as the starting back for tonight's game. Fake to Mitchell, go to the screen pass. It's Tyler Evans. Tyler Evans going to pick up a first down and more on a simple screen pass and play as he gets past the 45-yard line. In a one play, the Falcons are already moving. As one thing to watch out for on the other side of the field, defensively, defensive end number 51, Kincaid Tyson, has been a blowtorch against Falcons defense. As Sherwood with the snap, the handoff to DJ Williams, who got about 5 yards on the carry, and it looks like that's exact from the 45 to the 50, and that is where Williams and the Falcons going to start. Got half the yardage on first down, 2nd and 5 now, coming up for Fitch. And DJ Williams, who can forget 88 yards rushing last week and the game-sealing touchdown for the Falcons. As 2nd and 5 coming up, the snap, the fake handoff to Williams, over the middle, off of the hands, and that one is picked. And no, they're going to say incomplete. As the incomplete pass, they're saying it hit the ground before the interception, as going for the pick on that one was number 6 for the Raiders. As number 6 for them is Devin Boss. Devin Boss with the interception last week, too, against the Falcons. And a 3rd down and 5. Devin Sherwood getting out of the pocket, putting his head down, barreling through the tacklers, gets a yard past the first down marker. And another first down for Fitch as they've worked their way into Raider territory on this first drive. So picking up their second first down of the drive are the Falcons. Looking to get something offensively brewing here in a brisk, cold October night, October 29th here at Austintown Fitch Falcons Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium. As I believe game time temperature was below 50 degrees. Had rain all day as DJ Williams with the carry again. And boy, oh boy, I tell you what, folks, if DJ Williams is getting 4 to 5 yards a carry, this is going to be a very, very long night for the Raider defense. We brought up Kincaid Tyson earlier, and just to expand on his numbers versus the Falcons a little bit. In 3 games, 14 solo tackles, 2.5 sacks, 4.5 tackles for loss, and 1 forced fumble. Number 51 for the Raiders, Kincaid Tyson, an absolute talent. And you see that talent being utilized in the run game there as they stuff that run trying to go to the left side of the line. Raiders say no dice and push it back for 3rd down and 6 now. As the Falcons forced into their second 3rd down of the drive, Devin Sherwood was able to break out of the pocket and convert the last one. Going to come out again, single back set, 4 receivers, 3 of them on the near side to the right of Sherwood, 1 to the left on that far side of the field. Sherwood out of the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks downfield, avoids the sack, still on his feet, still breaks out. Sherwood avoiding tackles, on his feet, still on his feet, past the 30, first down Falcons. As Austintown Fitch holds through strong on the offensive line, provides good coverage, and the elusiveness of Devin Sherwood took him the rest of the way, breaks out of the pocket, another first down for Sherwood with the Falcons. As now, wasting little time, trips formation on that far side for Fitch, single receiver on the near side, DJ Williams still in the backfield on the left hip of Sherwood. Sherwood with the snap, handoff goes to Williams. Williams barrels his way to that 25-yard line. A flag comes in late during the scrum near that 25-yard line, and we're going to have to see what this call is. We'll listen in to the official on the field. As a sideline warning being implemented against Austintown Fitch, so the flag gets picked up. No loss of yardage on the play for the penalty. It's just the warning. So getting up to the 26-yard line on the rushing attempt was DJ Williams. Has brought up 2nd down and 8 now for Fitch as they work their way just on the cusp of the Raiders' red zone. Again with a 4-receiver set. as Devin Sherwood stays out, sends DJ Williams into motion, checks that left side as another flag comes in. False start going to be going up against the Falcons. This is going to back them up 5 and set up a second down and long scenario for Fitch. As the Falcons, big thing that you got to watch out for offensively. We've seen them a very good offensive unit at times, but when they have struggled, it has been because penalties have not been their friend at some points this season. Going to have to be disciplined, especially in this game. As they didn't do themselves any favors on second and down, backing themselves up 5, out past the 30 now on second down, taking the snap, handoff again, and losing it for a second, and able to fall right back on it was Sherwood, but that again doing no favors. Going to be another loss of yardage at his 3rd and 15 now, as it looked like it was going to be a run-pass option from Sherwood to DJ Williams. And Sherwood, whether or not he held on to it for a little bit too longer, the football just being slick because it is still wet out there, remains to be seen. But that's definitely going to be an area of concern for both quarterbacks now going forward, of course. Again, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right for Sherwood. DJ Williams still in the backfield. Sherwood back to pass, looking deep, airs it out as the catch is brought in. Who was it? It was Cam Smith who hauls it in. Shades of just a couple weeks ago with that big catch versus Wadsworth. Cam Smith opens up the scoring here tonight with a beautiful seed from Sherwood to Smith, and it is an opening 6 for the Falcons and an extra point pending as Josiah Burney coming out, and an injury it looks like down on the Warren Harding side of the field. And here's what you got to also pay attention to. And we've said this all throughout the week here on the network as well, is that when we talk about the rain games, and we know natural grass field and turf, they play different. In natural grass, you kind of worry about your cleats sticking, but when you're playing turf, it gets slick, and it can stay slick out there, especially if it's staying wet, and especially if it's pretty cold out like it is right now. And you typically think that is a disadvantage on offense, and it can be in the receiving game. But what we tend to forget from time to time is defensive backs, especially all those guys in the secondary. When you're backpedaling, you think it's pretty hard to perform on offense. It's even harder to perform on offense when you're backpedaling on defense, and it's hard to keep your feet, keep your footing, and you just hope for no injuries, especially to the knee, to the ankle. That's kind of what you worry about tonight, as we're going to get a name and check on the status of Warren Harding's injury there, as a beautiful touchdown. You see replay there for Cam Smith, and a beautiful replay that was, as he brings it in for the touchdown. It's 6-0 Fitch, extra point pending after this. We're going to come back with an injury update right after this on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
As we return here for you folks, the injury on the field was to number 10 of the Raiders, Dallas Jett, the opposing quarterback too. We see him walking off under his own power, a little bit shaken up though, and obviously a scary situation for Warren Harding there, as I think everybody collectively held their breaths at once as he went down, and hopefully able to continue in this game. We were looking forward to a great quarterback matchup again between Dallas Jett and Devin Sherwood. We have an extra point attempt lined up now for Josiah Burney. 6-0 Falcons leading it. Whistles being blown now, and we'll have to see what the initial call is. As looks like sending a player to the sideline are the Falcons, and going to bring out another, it looks like a holder for Josiah Burney as a substitution coming in. Curiosity as to why they had to have that substitution as Johnny Ruggles comes in now for the Falcons. Trying to line it up now is Josiah Burney. Up 6-0 already are the Falcons on a touchdown pass from Devin Sherwood to Cam Smith. 7:58 remains in this one. That kick is blocked, too, at the line. So the Raiders come up special teams unit-wise. And you got to wonder if it was maybe the holder, the change of the holder. It could have been, as odd, too, from the official that kind of called for it. But we have seen special teams be an area of struggle for the Falcons this season, as blocked kicks is not anything they are shy to this year, as we know a number of blocked kicks have hurt them prior to this game, and definitely another area where you want to shore up, still with the momentum on the touchdown, as Fitch's defense going to get their first looks at Harding's offense in this one. And it's a Harding offense that is going to be featuring Dallas Jett, or at least presumably we will see if he comes back out onto the field for offense. But Dallas Jett, one of those guys too, who's been stellar this year, had a 6-touchdown performance in the regular season in a game this year, and he really has proven to be able to do multi-threat quarterback. He's been able to throw it, he's been able to run it, he really can do it all on the field too, very similar to what we see the play of Devin Sherwood like as well. As of course on offense, we're going to be looking at Dallas Jett as usual, but going to be also on defense, going to be looking at Cam Smith, who just made that touchdown pass. Cam Smith versus Harding in a total of 3 games has a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and an interception. As a turnover maestro is Cam Smith, as he's been able to create a lot against this Harding team in his career to this point, as definitely going to need to be an area to watch if you are the Falcons. As Harding going to have to look very intently. We know just a week ago, Fitch able to pull off that onside kick that went to the near side of the field and recovered by the Falcons that helped seal that one last week. Up 6-0 now. Going to get a chance to look at the Falcons defense as Josiah Burney gets ready to kick it away to the Harding special teams unit. As we look over as the ball is recovered and taken past that 35 before tackled down nicely by the Falcons, as Johnny Taylor on the return gets it past the 35 for a good return for Warren Harding. And now it's going to set the Raiders up with good field position past the 35 at the 37. And now we're going to see what quarterback Dallas Jett and the Warren Harding Raiders bring to the table. Other big receivers to name. Tyreek Ivory had a big catch last week, touchdown reception for the Raiders. Dom Foster also can be a pretty big target for this Raiders team. But one area to note is that the Falcons historically have actually done a pretty good job against Foster defensively, holding him to no more than 2 catches per game. As the the Raiders making it looks like maybe a substitution now on defense, as it seemed like number 9 for the Raiders, that is Kanye Red, checking in, one of the receivers for Warren Harding in a 3-receiver set. The snap goes to their back and trying to rush their way past the line. Flag is out on that, as trying to carry it is Ryan Powell. And Ryan Powell looks like he got about 2 to 3 on the carry, but we'll see what that flag is on. And I believe this and it's going to go against the Falcons on a face mask penalty, so the Raiders get a little bit extra, and this is an area of concern. We saw it a little bit on offense, and defensively comes up now. You're going to need to make sure you play clean football, cannot lose that penalty game against the Raiders, as you can't give them any extra yards. They're already a dynamic enough offense and defense, very tough team and a very sneaky team at that 11 seed. As Dallas Jett now with a short field to work with on first down, 1st and 4. And Jet taking the snap out of the shotgun, goes back to Powell. Ryan Powell rushes his way past the first down, past midfield into Falcons territory on the first down and short run. Picks up another first and sets up 1st and 10 on the Falcon 49. As we are with 7:18 left here in the first quarter of play. Expect a knock 'em down, drag 'em out style of game, especially with the weather providing. This one could wind down to be a long one. As we see the Raiders driving from the right to left of your screen. The wind is also blowing in the direction the Raiders are heading. As we see Jet and the Raiders coming out 1st and 10. As the snap from Jet fakes it, rolls out, and pressured immediately, just gets the ball out, and incompletion on that. As another flag coming in, and this one very well could be roughing the passer. We'll see. As Fitch getting a little bit too jumpy, I think, at least with trying to play that coverage on Dallas Jet. And if that is the call, you know how protective these officials are going to be with the quarterbacks, and you're going to have to watch that. And no, they're going to call it an ineligible receiver downfield on the Raiders, as no call on it. So that gives you, again, it gives you a little bit of an insight on how much these officials are going to let them play. And it didn't look like a tackle that was necessarily late. It looked like the ball was getting out of Jet's hands at the same time. But sometimes we've seen these officials have pretty quick triggers to throwing it for a roughing the passer. So now behind the line of scrimmage, back to the run game. And Powell, back on his feet, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And about 5 yards on the carry. 2nd and 10 now coming up, as Ryan Powell, going to be a guy you're going to have to watch out for if you are the Falcons. Offensively, Ryan Powell, 11 carries on 94 yards and a touchdown last week. He was having himself a game. Kind of forced him into the passing game, did the Falcons defensively, and it kind of made the Warren Harding Raiders a little bit more beatable that game, forcing them to be a bit more one-dimensional than Warren Harding would have liked to have been last week. As Dallas Jet uncorks a pass, double covered, almost intercepted, as no flags coming in. Playing solid defense is the Falcons secondary, not getting handsy, as it's an incompletion by Dallas Jet, and it is going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 now for the Raiders. As a flag does come in late. Missed the flag. I'm not sure where they put it, and it was actually on that near side of the field, so right by the Harding bench. So they do throw the PI penalty, and it is against the Falcons. So another penalty going to gift the Warren Harding Raiders a 1st down, as it's going to move them up past the 40 and right on the cusp of the 30-yard line of Fitch. As we said before, this is a Warren Harding offense that is hard enough to beat when you aren't giving them extra yards. But when you're giving them those penalty yards, they become a lot more difficult. As, again, back to the ground game and just getting a lot on that first carry. More than half the yardage needed is Powell on the carry, as it gets up close to the 25. Going to be about a yard or two short. And it's going to be about 4 short of the 1st down, and it is 2nd down and 4 for Harding. 5:53 ticking away on the clock here in the first quarter of this one. Fitch leading at 6-0. Touchdown pass from Devin Sherwood to Cam Smith. Missed extra point blocked, I should say, by the Raiders on the attempt. And that is why the score is what it is. Sending Dom Foster in the motion, faking it. Dallas Jet bringing it up, and Dallas Jet getting tackled short of the 1st, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 1 now. But being inside that 25-yard line, you likely think this is going to be 4 down territory every step of the way through, as Fitch can't sell out on trying to stop him short, as you got to be aware of Warren Harding possibly throwing it over the line here and burning you on those outside routes too, especially streak routes. A lot of speed in the receiving core of this Warren Harding offense. As Dallas Jett again out of the shotgun, Dom Foster again moves into motion onto that right side. The handoff goes to Powell, trying to bruise his way forward. He's going to be very close. Well, it will depend on the spot. And it looks like he's going to be just short of the first down. So 4th down and 1 to go. And a big 4th down at that. You know Warren Harding going to go for it in this situation. As Dallas Jett coming back and emerging from the Harding sideline as we tick away 4 1/4 left on the clock. As Jett again stepping out of the shotgun, and the Raider fan faithful getting a little bit loud. And another whistle blown on that far side official. And it looks like a discussion there. And I think they were discussing something with Kanye Red. And I believe they're calling something on Kanye Red. So Kanye Red coming out at least for the play. So they're going to replace him with Johnny Taylor. So Johnny Taylor coming out. And now it's just going to be a timeout called by Warren Harding, trying to figure some things out as Kanye Red was ineligible for that play, so Harding takes a timeout with 4:02, and a big timeout at that as a 4th down and 1 play coming up as the Falcons could get a turnover on downs on defense that would really help turn the tide in this one. Big momentum play coming up right after this on ysnlive.com.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
As we're coming up with a big 4th down and 1 play for the Raiders. 4:02 left to go in the first. Snap, handoff, tries to go right up, and the Falcons with a pushback on defense, and it's not going to get it. Turnover on downs, and Fitch gets it back at the 25. As a little bit slow to get up, but does emerge to his feet, was number 27 for the Falcons, and Noah Thomas, a sophomore linebacker, but he reaches his feet, and what a defensive stop by Fitch. As I feel like everybody in the stadium knew it was either Dallas Jett or Ryan Powell that was getting the ball and running, but Fitch with an absolute stuff, as you see on our instant replay, coming in to stuff the hole made by the Harding offense, and a sideline warning already issued to Warren Harding now, so both teams have been issued a sideline warning now as Fitch getting the ball back up 6-0 at Warren Harding's 25. 3:58 remains here in the first quarter of play as out of the shotgun is Devin Sherwood with a 4-receiver set. Taking the snap, going for those extra blockers, giving it off to Tyree Mitchell as Tyree Mitchell tries to work his way back to that right side, but it looks like he may have gotten a yard, if that, on the carry. Minimal gain on first down for Fitch, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and long situation. As the Falcons, with a great opportunity here on offense, and one you would love to see them take advantage of, as holding the Raiders in Falcon territory defensively was a huge stop for Fitch. As Sherwood again back to the ground game, trying to fight his way forward for about half the yardage, and he's going to get it. Up to the 30 is Tyree Mitchell, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 to go for the Falcons at their own 30. As Fitch looking for another big 3rd down play. Devin Sherwood able to create 2 with his legs on 3rd down conversions in the first offensive drive the Falcons put together in this one. As another whistle blown. And it looks like the call, we're going to have to see what this one's going to be. As it looks like Jaden Ely now going to have to be subbed out. Cam Smith getting subbed in as another issue from these officials, and we're going to try to get word on what it is, these officials. There's been 3 substitutions now, 2 on the Falcons side, 1 on the Harding side, and there's been a total now of 3 forced substitutions, it looks like, from the officials, as the fake handoff and a seed by Devin Sherwood to Tyler Evans as the Falcons pick up another first down. As we said, Tyler Evans has been pretty big in his career against Warren Harding. We said in 4 games, 13 receptions, 177 yards, and 2 touchdowns, but I don't think he's been bigger than he was just last week against Harding. 6 receptions, 97 yards, and a touchdown for the senior receiver, number 11, Tyler Evans. Fantastic game for the last game of the regular season for the receiver, as Tyree Mitchell gets the handoff, gets about 2 to 3 on the first down carry as he tries to work it towards that 45. He's going to be a couple yards short of it. Second down and about 8 to go for Fitch. As the Falcons trying to be a very balanced offense right now, and that's kind of going to be a big key for how far Fitch can go, how they can balance out that run game as well as the pass game and get defenses off balance. Breaking out of the pocket, pitching it off to the side. Tyree Mitchell has it past the 50 as a dive for the first down. Going to be very close. They're going to mark him about a yard short and exactly on midfield, and a flag comes in late and kind of signaling that it might be towards the Harding sideline again, and we're going to have to listen in again to our head official. As an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against the Warren Harding Raiders is going to give the Falcons 15 more yards. And this is really one of the first penalties we're seeing called against the Raiders. And that one is just one where cooler heads have to prevail, especially here in the playoffs. You can't afford to give teams extra yards, as Fitch now moves from midfield into Harding territory now at the 35. But more importantly, it picks up the first down for the Falcons, as Sherwood again coming out with a 4-receiver set, checking down and getting the snap, handing it off to Tyree Mitchell. Tyree Mitchell cuts back, still on his feet, past the 30 and inside the 30-yard line, close to another first down, as it's going to bring up second down and short against the Raiders. As Fitch kind of trying to jockey for position here against the Raider offensive line and doing a great job at it, setting a tone, or defensive line, I should say, of the Raiders, and that features both Marrell Brown and Kincaid Tyson, 2 of the premier. Marrell Brown, that nose tackle, Kincaid Tyson, one of your ends. 2 very good pieces on that defensive end, as a pass given out to Jaden Ely for a touchdown. Streak route down the near sideline. Mark it in the books. Another 6 for Fitch, as the Falcons pick up another touchdown through the air. Devin Sherwood's second passing touchdown of the game, second passing touchdown of the quarter. 1 to Cam Smith, 1 to Jaden Ely, and now the extra point attempt coming up for Josiah Burneye, trying to make it a 13-0 game now, and it would be a big 13-0 lead at that. Harding able to block the extra point last time. Going to have to be an area of concern for the special teams unit of Austintown. As the snap is up, kick is up, and through the uprights it goes, as Tyler Evans able to stay on the field for that one, make it 13-0 in favor of the Falcons with 55 seconds left here in the first quarter, as Fitch takes well advantage of the turnover on downs, able to extend their lead to 13-0. Warren Harding going to get the ball back right after this on ysnlive.com.
Working with your family can be stressful at times.
But because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming.
That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
As we get ready for our special teams play here, as a couple of replays to show for you as we're back in from our break, as the Austintown Fitch Falcons and Warren Harding Raiders do battle in this one. We were mentioning earlier how these officials are causing a lot of forced substitutions. We've seen 2 already on the Falcons side, 1 on the Raiders side. Apparently, it is a knee pad issue, that the knee pads are too high up on the players. So we're seeing players now taping the knee pads at the appropriate height length for the officials' liking in this one, to try to avoid being subbed out at least for a play. So definitely watch those knee pads both on the Warren Harding side and the Austintown Fitch Falcons side. As we get ready for a kickoff, Josiah Burney has lined up the kick, and the kick is squibbed to that 30, and it bounces, continues to take bounces, and it is hauled in near the 20, able to avoid the first tackle of Dom Foster before being pushed out prior to that 25-yard line. And curious to see, too, if that's a kick that Josiah Burney can kind of make consistently. No, it's not an onside kick, but if you could squib that kick down the line like he did, you got to remember, once that ball crosses, I believe it's the 50 in the high school level, it's fair game for the Falcons, I believe, to pick up at that point if it is squibbed. The question becomes then, if you could keep it in bounds, you can really take away that big return game that Harding has relied on a lot in their special teams. But it's all about being accurate with the kicks, and we know Josiah Burney, when his line holds through on special teams, he's one of the best. With 49 seconds left here in the first quarter, Dallas Jett and the Harding offense back out, taking the snap. Dallas Jett looking to his right, able to avoid the first tackle, gets up past the line of scrimmage and gets about 4 yards, it looks like, on the takedown by the Falcons on the first down run. C.J. Schisler gets the tackle. 2nd down and 6 coming up now. Clock runs under 30 seconds as Harding probably going to get 1, maybe 2 more plays off before the clock runs out. As again, out of the shotgun is Jett. Dallas Jett goes back to the ground game, and Fitch again closes it up. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And we've talked about it too. The ground game is one of those areas where if you control that, offense can open up, and we've seen it happen for Fitch already, and that the offense opening up in the passing game just because what DJ Williams, what Tyree Mitchell, and heck, even what Devin Sherwood have been able to do out of the quarterback. When you're able to get those yards and make teams respect you on that ground game, that passing game can open up, and it's opened up pretty wide for the Falcons on 2 big touchdown passes of, I believe, both over 20-plus yards. One, of course, to Jaden Ely, one to Cam Smith. We're going to switch sides and switch quarters at that. Second quarter start of going to be right after this on ysnlive.com.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here starting the second quarter. 3rd down play coming up. Dallas Jett getting pressured immediately. Sets his feet, throws a seed. Tackled down nicely. I don't know if he got it. Let's see. Maybe on the extension did get the first down on the extra reach. Was number 24, Tyreek Ivory. Tyreek Ivory had a pretty big touchdown catch last week against the Falcons. Comes up with a big 3rd down conversion there on the reach out on the extra effort play after the catch. 1st down Raiders, as they are just shy of the 35-yard line, now trailing 13-0 against Fitch. Dallas Jet again coming out with a 4-receiver set. Powell on that left hip. The snap, the handoff, keeping it is Dallas Jet, and swallowing him up is the Falcon defense. And a flag coming in late. And we're going to have to see what this one is going to be on. And it looks like they're going to call another face mask, probably against the Falcons. And it is going to go on number 12 for the Falcons. That is Kylan Foster getting called on the face mask penalty, and it's going to move the Raiders up 5 yards now. And again, penalty game going to be one of those areas of interest in this one, as Warren Harding, costly penalty last drive for Austintown's offense, as getting that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and this one could prove to be costly as Dom Foster moves into motion. The snap from Dallas Jet looking downfield as he uncorks a pass downfield, and a nice tip-off from the Falcons, and the official right there, no PI call on it. And I mean, a good call by Coach Arnold in that situation, in a first and short situation to take a shot down the field, as the pass was intended for Tyreek Ivory. He is a big deep threat target for this Raiders team, but playing very well in the secondary were the Falcons, able to get that pass tipped, bring up 2nd down and 5 now for the Raiders. As Warren Harding, after taking that deep shot on 1st down, will have 2nd and about half the distance to go to grab a first, as they sit on their own 39-yard line. The 44 of Harding is the yard line to gain. Again with the 4-receiver set. Dallas Jet out of the shotgun, backing up a little bit on defense were the Falcons, getting swallowed up almost on defense, able to break out of the pocket, fire a seed down the sideline, and was that in for a catch? No, they're saying he was out of bounds, and the official right there on the sideline says he came out of bounds, and that is going to bring up a 3rd down now for Warren Harding. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Great job again by Dallas Jet, breaking out of the pocket and keeping the play alive, staying elusive on his feet, but firing that seed that was a wide open seed at that. He found his open man. No discredit to what Dallas Jet did on that play. Just out of bounds when making the catch. At least that was the call on the field from the boys in the black and white stripes. Brings up a 3rd down and 5 now for Warren Harding. Dallas Jet takes the snap, tries to go over top, screen pass, and a nice tackle right at the 40 as the Falcons swallow it up yet again offensively, trying to go to Ryan Powell on the screen pass to the halfback there, and Fitch read that one perfectly, had some man in the backfield to break it up, and a tackle brings Harding short of the first, and it brings up now as I believe the call now stands at 4th down. 4 to go is about the call, as it is lined up at that 40. Big 4th down opportunity for the Raiders now, as Jake Doherty going to need to try to pin him back. Jake Doherty, one of the finer punters in the area, can do a very great job in the special teams unit, looking to get a good one off here. As taking the ball and getting a boot away. And that one takes a bounce out of bounds, and that is where the Falcons going to get the ball at their own 20-yard line to start. 10:53 remains in this first half of play. Falcons leading it 13-0. They get the ball back right after this on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's...
We cut right back here. Fitch about to make their 1st down play. Goes to the handoff game, still on his feet, before finally getting brought down past the 30. Great gain on 1st down on the Falcons by the run game, as get a number on that. I wasn't sure on who had it. It was DJ Williams who was the back on that play. So DJ Williams picks up 7 on first down, brings up 2nd and 3 now for Fitch, who in that running game, the control of that running game for Fitch has been one of the big points here, as again getting a nice gain on the first down run by the Falcons. And like we said, offensively, the key for both of these teams, if you can get yards on the ground and open up that passing game, it's going to make that offense a lot harder to beat. We've seen so far Fitch has been able to really control that trench battle and get a lot of yards on the ground game. See if they continue with it now. A much tighter package going with the ground game again as DJ Williams rushes it up to the 40 as the Falcons. When you're getting this kind of yardage on offense, especially on the ground, you could start burning a lot of clock too, and the game can speed up on you too. And from how long this game drug out last week, it was one that dragged out a very long time, and that's because you've seen a lot of passes from both teams. But if this becomes into a run-heavy style of game, at least for one side, you might see that clock start burning in quicker bunches. As a whistle being blown here by the officials. And I think it's just a case of waiting for the officials to get set in. Another substitution coming out, and it might be one of those forced substitutions that they're liking to implement tonight, as we see Donnie Ellis coming in. One of the targets that is almost preferred by Sherwood. He has a good chemistry with Ellis. Trips formation on the near side of the field for the Falcons. Back to that handoff game as DJ Williams, unable to get any sort of traction, tackled at that 40. Bringing up a 3rd down and 7 to go for Fitch. As DJ Williams going to come out of the game, and making a substitution are the Falcons. Have looked really good on 3rd down to this point, has Fitch. As now the Falcons coming up with a 3rd down and 7 play. Devin Sherwood and an empty backfield, 5 wide on the offense. You know what's coming. Sherwood out of the shotgun, taking the snap. They bring the pass rush. Sherwood over the middle. Almost a catch by Cam Smith, and a great breakup defensively by number 24, Tyreek Ivory. Gives a little pump of the fist defensively as the Warren Harding Raiders get a stop on defense and force the Austintown Fitch Falcons back into a punt. As almost able to complete the 3rd down conversion again was Sherwood on the pass attempt to Cam Smith, but again, great coverage by Ivory, breaking that one up. 4th down and 7. Devin Sherwood acts as the punter as well for Fitch. He's going to be punting this right around his own 30. Sherwood has it, gets that punt off, and it's a line drive punt at that. Takes a beautiful bounce, hauled in right around that 15, and a flag coming in late. And we're going to have to see what this call's going to be on the field. The flag came in right behind the returner. And that could have actually just been used as the marker, and I think that might have been the case. It looked like, I'm not sure if that was the marker or if that was the flag. They went with the marker on that one, and for some reason, I think it was yellow as well. They used the yellow marker, and it looked like a flag. I was curious on what the flag could have been. It was before any sort of contact that happened and something getting thrown behind the returner. So no, it is just where the ball is marked down, as it is at the 17-yard line of the Warren Harding Raiders, and that is where their offense is going to take over after getting a big defensive stop against the Falcons. Their first one of the game, trailing 13-0. That was a stop you feel the Raiders needed to have. Dallas Jett with the snap, looking screen pass, almost picked off, and that was a pick 6 if that was the case. Getting into that backfield and disrupting the screen pass that time were the Falcons on defense. And I believe that was Brian Robinson, number 23 for the Falcons, that got in the backfield and split that one up, and a big one that was at that, to just force a 2nd down, but it could have been a lot bigger had he got his hands completely on it, and we could have been talking about a different ball game. Instead, it's 2nd down and 10 now, as Warren Harding all collectively take a breath that one wasn't picked off, have another chance on offense, and that's a thing you don't want to do with this Raiders offense, is give them second chances. Dallas Jet, a lot of time to throw, uncorks it, Dom Foster wide open. He's got green pastures ahead, and that's going to book it for 6. And that is exactly why we said, can't give this team any extra opportunities. They're going to burn you. They do so. Big passing play. And what did we say before this game? Dom Foster, not really one that's had great games against the Falcons before. He kind of shattered all that in one single play. 83 yards to the house for Dom Foster on the touchdown pass and catch from number 11, senior receiver for the Raiders, as it is now a 13-6 Falcons lead. An extra point attempt coming up from Jake Doherty, trying to make this just a 6-point Falcon lead. As the snap is down, kick is up, through the uprights it goes, and it is trimmed to a 13-7 Falcon lead. As the Raiders get on the board offensively, a big touchdown catch by Dom Foster has brought the Raiders within 6, 13-7, Falcons leading it. We'll have the next offensive possession for the Falcons up right after this on ysnlive.com.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
Welcome back, everybody. 8:13 left to go in this first half of play. Warren Harding getting ready to kick it off to the Austintown Fitch Falcons, who are back ready to receive. Up 13-7, Warren Harding able to get on the board. Touchdown pass to Dom Foster from Dallas Jet, as that ball is hauled in by the 20, as Tyler Evans still on his feet, change of direction, still on his feet, and it looks like a flag has come down late. Tyler Evans still on his feet, still going, and he is tackled down near the 50, but you worry this one's coming back as multiple flags come out on the field. As this one could go from anything from an illegal block in the back to holding to any number of calls anytime you go on the return game. Likely against the return team anytime you see flags like that come in whenever there's any sort of movement, change of direction, especially where the ball handler was. So now it's going to be interesting to see exactly where the Falcons are going to be marked as they pick up both flags now, as Fitch already moving back. As it's a blindside block against the Falcons, and it's going to back them up, I believe, to that 15-yard line. Let's see. As it's going to be the 10-yard line, excuse me. So the Falcons, 1st and 10 on the 10, but again, on the return game, doing no favors for themselves on the penalty. So Warren Harding now has the Falcons backed up deep defensively. And a chance now all of a sudden for the Raiders to try to get the ball back and work this one back even. It is at the 12-yard line. 1st down and 10 to go. Sherwood taking the snap, goes to the handoff, goes up the middle with the carry are the Falcons, and getting a decent gain, it looks like, of maybe 2 yards on that to just establish that running game. As the holding on offense has backed the Falcons up another 10. So a 1st down and 22 to go now from the Falcons 2, and now a safety concern becomes imminent. And like we say, anytime these two teams lock horns, never feel comfortable with almost any lead, as both these teams can swing a pendulum in a blink of an eye. As Fitch and Devin Sherwood from his own territory out of the shotgun. 7:45 and ticking to go in this first half. The snap, the handoff again, just trying to get some yardage on the carry and get themselves out of that predicament. And working past the 5 was Tyree Mitchell on the first down run. And it looks like he might have gotten about 5 on the carry. Let's see where they mark him. And it's going to be past that 5-yard line, right around the 7. So a good gain for Tyree Mitchell on first down to just get them out of their own territory a little bit and get them with a little bit more field to work with in that pocket, as now Devin Sherwood again out of the shotgun with a 4-receiver set. Taking the snap again, going to have to go back to the ground game as Sherwood keeps it himself, tries to get the edge, and it looks like he might have gotten past that 10-yard line and out near that 15, I think, is where they're going to mark him. First down yard line to gain is just shy of the 25. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 11 to go as the Falcons with a pivotal 3rd down coming up now. And one that could be huge as far as momentum is concerned for a swing either side, too. A stop here for Warren Harding or an offensive drive continuation for the Austintown Fitch Falcons could definitely be big, as you got to remember, too, Warren Harding to receive the second half kickoff, an important programming note for the 3rd quarter. And it looks like a stoppage of play and I believe a timeout being called by the Austintown Fitch Falcons. That's going to leave both teams with 2 in the half. 6:50 remains on the clock. We'll be back right after this timeout on ysnlive.com.
When looking for home design inspiration, don't just be inspired, be Baird inspired. Whether new or remodeling, Baird Brothers has the latest trends like shiplap to refresh your home. Go from inspiration to installation with our wide selection of in-stock American hardwoods. From the rustic charm of antique oak to the warmth of traditional cherry, Baird Brothers has what you need to make your home inspiring. Baird Brothers, our family's heritage, your family's home.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Welcome back, everybody. We get ready. Big 3rd down and 11 coming up for Sherwood and the Falcons. Sherwood takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking over the middle, breaking out of the pocket, still on his feet. Sherwood avoids the 1 tackle, stays on his feet, unable to really get it anywhere. As great job by Sherwood, not trying to force it and just staying on his feet and not giving up a turnover, but it's another stop by the Warren Harding defense, and all of a sudden the Raiders with a chance to not only tie the ball game but take the lead before halftime. 6:41 remains on the clock. Falcons backed up deep in their own territory for the punt, and if you're Devin Sherwood, you just want to get enough of a line drive under this one to send it as far as you can. As the punt is up and trying to get that line drive and get that bounce that's taken in at the 45, and it is dropped, and a droppage of the ball is going to be huge as it takes away a return, a possible big return for Harding at that, as having the ball with a lot of field in front of him to definitely get it past the 40, and all kinds of plays you're looking at, too. Interesting plays on both sides, from penalties to odd times where players are being subbed out. It's just been an odd game to this point, as we see a drop by the Harding side. Both sides now with a drop on the ball, and we said, too, ball's still going to be slick, and with it being cold, you got to worry about just getting feeling in your hands, too, especially when we're below 50 degrees in temperatures. It's cold out there, and with it raining all day today, it doesn't help. As Dallas Jet goes to Powell, and Powell with a big hole running before, no, he's still on his feet, and Powell has a block. Powell's still on his feet, and it is another tackle down, just short. But again, 2 big offensive plays by Warren Harding has them on the cusp of scoring yet again. And that is why you try to keep momentum as long as you can against both teams. And that goes for the Falcons as well because, hey, we saw it last week where the Raiders blew that first half lead against the Falcons. No lead is safe when these two teams lock horns. And you see that yet again as Warren Harding on the cusp of both scoring and taking a lead here. As the run game going back to it, flag coming in, likely a hold on the Warren Harding side anytime you get it from behind the line of scrimmage like that. But we'll wait in for the call, see what the official has to say. As they're calling chop blocks on the offense of the Raiders, so that's going to back them up some. As Warren Harding now, who was sitting with a 1st and goal, now has to score from the 20-yard line. And that's going to bring up interesting looks on the defensive side as the Falcons just need to protect the end zone to bring up a 4th down against Harding here. Dallas Jet taking it, looking to pass in the pocket, stays in the pocket, now getting pressured. Dallas Jet rolling out to his left, throws it almost to the sidelines as trying to run it down, not close to an interception, getting it on the ground. And an incompletion for Jet, 2nd down and goal at the 20 of Fitch. As the Fitch Falcons looking for a defensive stop that's going to keep them in the lead, and another flag coming out. Now, what is this one going to be against? And it is intentional grounding, and I was going to question the call on the field on that one too, as we did see 3 Fitch receivers making a break for that out route that he was trying to look for it, and I don't know where the nearest Harding receiver, and that was a good point. And what I wanted to kind of ask about with that, if how close is really close enough to call it, and they call it, and now it's going to be 2nd and 41, 2nd and goal from the 41 now, almost back to where they were originally, but now they need a touchdown to get a 1st down. As long as the Falcons play good defensively, don't allow any penalties, this can be a huge opportunity for the Fitch defense, trying to get it offensively and get half the yardage back, and that's a great play by Dallas Jet to get half the yardage back. Finds his target number 9 in Kanye Red, as Kanye Red with a good pass and catch at that 25. 3rd down and goal now at the 25, as Harding. With that play, though, you would figure has worked their way at least into field goal position, and that's a great play, too, by Dallas Jet. You may not be able to get the touchdown, and we'll see if they can as they go 5 wide now, but you want to at least be in field goal position. What do you think's going to happen? 5 wide set. Dallas Jet looking. Deep ball coming up. Deep ball through the hands of Dom Foster. No PI as Dom Foster just waited a hair too long to turn around. Maybe a half a second. He peeks back. That's a touchdown all day for the Raiders. But now 4th down and 25. And it is a 4th down and goal at the 25. And a timeout being called from the Raiders. 4:57 left on this clock. And you got to figure decisions time and trying to kick a field goal at the 25. It's going to set up a pretty long field goal attempt. You're kind of in no man's land for a punt, but do you want to try to take another shot at an end zone? Going to be an interesting call right here as Coach Arnold takes a timeout. We'll take one as well here on ysnlive.com.
Now is the time to think about your future, where you want to go, what you want to be. Your future can start now at Kent State Salem or Kent State East Liverpool. We have programs that will open doors and provide opportunities for you to pursue your passion. We are affordable, we are close. You call it hometown, we call it Kent State University. Learn more at www.kent.edu/Columbiana. You belong here.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
A big 4th down coming up now, and it's 4th and goal, and it looks like the Raiders are going for it. 4th and 25 as taking the snap, Dallas Jet trying to look for it, getting pressured, able to escape it, and he throws it in. Almost interception, and it is broken up. No flags on the play, so a turnover on downs from the Raiders, and the Falcons recover at the 25, and that is a big turnover on downs for Fitch. And boy, you want to talk about a play, or a drive rather, that was completely derailed by penalties, as the boys in the black and white stripes certainly had a hand in helping the Falcons defensively on that one. This was a play that started all the way on the 2-yard line. A couple of chop blocks backed them up even further, and then on top of that, another penalty comes in and backs them up even further to the 40-yard line, and it was just too far, I feel like, for the Raiders to recover at that point, but definitely penalties did not help him out as Fitch goes to the ground game, and getting about 3 yards on the initial 1st down run was DJ Williams, as it brings up 2nd down and 7. As the Falcons bring up 2nd down and 7. We're under 4:30 to go in the first half of play. The Warren Harding Raiders do get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. But we do have a stoppage of play, and it looks like just a little bit of discussions right now. And it looks like here's another one of these forced substitutions that these officials are loving right now. If it's not a flag, it's a forced substitution. You almost wonder if they just like to be involved in the game in some way, some form, every play. As now they snap the handoff again, trying to get it past the 35, and a flag getting thrown inside that pile, and it is going to be an interesting call here now. We'll see. It looks like a holding penalty is going to go against the Falcons, and likely going to take the yardage here as Coach Arnold to back them up behind their line of scrimmage now, as it would have been a 3rd down and short, about 3 to 4 to go if they kept the down, but taking the yardage instead, stays 2nd down and backs the Falcons up. So Fitch with 4:06 left on the clock, going to bring up a 2nd down and long, and Fitch didn't do themselves any favors offensively last time either, backing themselves up deep in their own territory and forced to punt and give the Raiders good field position. And another whistle is being blown, and this one going to be a stoppage of play because of a timeout being called by the Warren G. Harding Raiders. As the Raiders call a timeout with 4 minutes left, it's going to leave them, I believe, with 1 on the game. As with 4 minutes left to go in the half, we'll be back right after this on ysnlive.com.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Aaron Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Welcome back, everybody. 2nd down coming up now for the Falcons, needing to get past that 35-yard line to get a 1st down. The snap from Devin Sherwood, looking to pass, goes over to Jaden Ely at the 30-yard line as Ely gets tackled down there and getting a good chunk of yardage needed on that 2nd down play, as it's going to set up a 3rd down and 5 to go now for Fitch. And with 3rd down and 5 coming up, the clock continues to tick away. And we'll see. I don't know if the Falcons going to be in any rush to try to snap this one, as you want to play the clock game and not necessarily give the Raiders the ball back before half and give them a 2-for-1 opportunity. 3:20 on the clock. The snap from Sherwood. Sherwood goes back to Ely. Ely to the 40. and he's very close to a first down, and I believe they do get it. Yes, they do move the chains, does Ely and the Falcons, and a big catch from Ely and a big first down for Fitch as it keeps this drive moving. Has a couple of targets and catches by Ely from Devin Sherwood, and they pick up a first down on those two catches. Now at the 42-yard line, 37-yard line of the Falcons. Fitch now trying to work their way into Raider territory. 3:13 remains on the clock. 3 receivers set on the far side of the field. The snap, the handoff to DJ Williams, trying to get the edge. Williams still on his feet, falls back past the 40. Looks like he got about 4 yards on the carry on first down, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6 now for Fitch. DJ Williams, like we said too, one of those big performers last week for the Falcons, as Williams came up 84 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns on 17 attempts just last week against this Warren Harding Raiders team. 2nd down and 6, 2:38 and the snap. Goes right back to Williams. DJ Williams still on his feet past the first down and into Raider territory as he's just inside of the 50, and the clock continues to move, and the Falcons so far this drive executing just like planned, burning the clock and working their way into Warren Harding territory at the same time. 3 receivers set, extra blocker on the line for Sherwood. The snap, the handoff again goes to DJ Williams, who got about 2 yards on the carry as the ends of the Raider defense does a great job. And you got to kind of hand it to the Falcons, avoiding Mariel Brown, but also avoiding Kincaid Tyson. And Kincaid Tyson's been one of those guys that has absolutely torched this Falcons defense in his career. Like we said, in 3 games for Kincaid Tyson, 14 solo tackles, 2.5 sacks, 4.5 tackles for loss, and a forced fumble for the defensive end, senior defensive end, number 51 for the Raiders, as the handoff back to DJ Williams, and again goes for no gain, as the Falcons going to probably burn this clock out to the last second. Falcons with 2 timeouts still in the half. As Fitch with the clock at 1:15 and continuing to tick. No need to hurry up and snap this one. Sherwood out of the shotgun. It's a 4-receiver set. Takes a snap. Fakes the handoff to Mitchell. Sherwood uncorks it. Ball is up. Caught inside. Did he hold on to it? I believe so. Oh my goodness. What a catch by the Falcons. And it was Jaden Ely. As Jaden Ely, the feature wide receiver on this one. That's his 3rd catch this drive. He had a first down catch earlier in this one. That one might have been the biggest one of the game, as an uncorked pass from Devin Sherwood has put the Falcons inside the red zone of the Raiders on the 12-yard line, as Fitch threatening to score, 50 seconds and ticking here in this first half of play. Sherwood the snap, the handoff back up the middle as DJ Williams gets pushed back though by that strong defensive effort on the line of the Warren Harding Raiders, and getting about 2 yards on the carry was Fitch. Timeout Falcons. That's going to leave him with 33 seconds remain in the half, but Fitch now all of a sudden with a chance to reclaim a 2-possession lead before halftime, and that would be huge considering Warren Harding does get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a real quick timeout, pay our bills, thank our friends over at iSynergy, and be right back. as we are returning here. Falcons still in the huddle, just about ready to come out of it. With 33 seconds remaining here in the first half, we'll paint the picture for you. Falcons are on the Warren Harding 10-yard line in a second down situation. Not a second and goal. The first down is at the Warren Harding 2-yard line. Fitch with one timeout left. The Raiders, I believe, have none. With 33 seconds left, Falcons trying to take a 2-possession lead before halftime, as the Raiders will get possession to start the third quarter. So we see the magnitude of these plays is huge going into this one. Devin Sherwood on the motion from Tyler Evans, rolls out to his right, looking there. Devin Sherwood throws that seed, caught at the 5. Flag comes in late after the pass was made at the 5, and we're going to have to see what this call is going to be on, and it might be against the Falcons, as discussion there from the head official with both Devin Sherwood, and that looks to be DJ Williams, and I believe this might be coming back. If that's the case, huge play for the Raiders, as it's going to back Fitch up. As the hold does take the yardage away from Fitch, backs him up to a 2nd and 19. But in that situation, you almost want it to take the down away more, but understandably so why you back him up, especially with the blocked kicks that Fitch has been suffering from all year long. Chance to kind of back him up either outside of field goal range or force him to make a long one where you might have a better chance at blocking it. As the Falcons coming in, 4 receivers set, 22 seconds to go, trying to work their way inside Raider territory further to field goal position in a 2nd down and 20 situation. First down at the 2. Sherwood looking to uncork it down that sideline. Just out of reach of the intended receiver. Great coverage, though, down the line as well from the Raiders, staying with them every step of the way, trying to get a little bit of separation just at the end, but nevertheless, the ball a little bit too strong under that, as a rare misfire from Devin Sherwood now brings up 3rd down and 20 to go, and with the Falcons sitting at the 31, question becomes, do you try to go for the pass game? Do you try to go for the run game and set yourself up with a better field goal position? Fitch with 1 timeout left, 9 seconds to go on the clock. You could definitely set yourself up for a field goal position and stop the clock. You need to get down, though, or out of bounds if that's the case. Big 3rd down play coming up. Sherwood with the snap, looks to the left, now to his right, breaks out of the pocket, gets past the 30, still on his feet, goes down, and they're going to need to call the timeout rather quickly, and they do so with 2 seconds on the clock, and a smart play sticking with a conservative play are the Falcons, and this play still does work, as you may know, a field goal, and first and foremost, credit to the Harding defense, who backs against the walls at least forced the Falcons to a field goal try, but that field goal try still does make it a 2-possession lead. If it is converted, would be a 16-7 advantage. Of course, even with a 2-point conversion, Harding still would need 2 scores to overtake the Falcons. But a big field goal kick coming up now, as you got to figure if there's one you really don't want to miss right now, playoff time against one of your biggest rivals, a chance to go up 2 possessions. This is definitely it. Wind is going to be a factor in this one, as we see the wind blowing, as the flags on the goalpost blowing forward and out, so maybe a little bit more, and if it is blowing anyway, it is blowing from the right side to the left side of the target goalpost. So the Falcons now with 2 seconds, likely going to be the last play of the game. We'll just see if the score is going to be 13-7 or 16-7 going into halftime, or with as wild as this game goes, we might see a little bit of additions in the other team's scoring column, but we'll have to see here. As the Falcons are set up just inside of the 25, right in between the 24 and 23-yard line, and it is going to be a field goal attempt of about 40 yards here for Josiah Burney. Tyler Evans, the placeholder. Calling for the snap. Snap is out. Ball is down. Kick is up. Traveling. Did it make it? No good on it, and not getting a good angle on it were the Falcons, and holding it to a one-possession lead are the Raiders on the missed field goal attempt. It's 13-7 Falcons leading it. Raiders get the ball out of halftime to start the third quarter, and you know where to find that third quarter and more. Second half of play going to be here live on ysnlive.com. Ty Bartell going to be joining you with that second half right after this on YSN.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the four words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
It's storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Notice we'll have scattered showers on Thursday.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers. And we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
My guy keeps it 100% of the time. He wants all 100, won't settle for 99. And it's more than stats, because there's people in those numbers. And I was one of the lost sheep. I'm so glad he cares for all 100. I'm 100% safe, 100% free, 100% love. I can be 100% me. He gave all 100 when they put him up on that tree. That's 100% passion for 100% free. So if I play in front of 100, or if I play in front of 2, there's an audience of 1 getting 100% of what I can do.
WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. With our combined 70 years experience, WRS Wealth Advisors is the area's premier wealth and retirement specialist. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services, or visit WRSwealth.com. Good luck, athletes.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Aaron Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Campfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beers starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
It's a new year at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi with huge savings on over 350 fully inspected vehicles. We have cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and work vehicles. We don't have it, our team will find it. We aim for 100% credit approval with payments as low as $99 per month. And as always, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. For a great vehicle and a great experience, come see why everyone is stopping by at Acura Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi.
60 years ago, Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods began with 3 siblings, a hand-set sawmill, and a few local orders. And while business has certainly changed over the years, what has not are our principles of hard work, craftsmanship, and commitment to quality. At Baird Brothers, we're proud to put our name on the products we create, from moldings and doors to flooring and lumber. Thank you for 60 great years. We look forward to 60 more. Baird Brothers, for the place you love.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good.
In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Every one of our vehicles has undergone our own 126-point inspection, so it passes the most important inspection, yours. No other dealership has the extra inventory, gives you extra for your trade, and goes the extra mile for you. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense, to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartell along with you here in this playoff matchup between number 6-seeded Austintown Fitch Falcons and the number 11-seeded Warren G. Harding Raiders. We're talking Division II, Region 5, and the first round here. This is where the Falcons, in the second round, actually, it was of the playoffs, but the last year was everyone that made it in the 2020 season. The Falcons were able to get past Twinsburg in the first round, but did fall to this Warren G. Harding Raiders squad in that second round just about a year ago to the date. As we said, it was actually a year almost to the date last week when they played the Raiders team. But now another opportunity do the Falcons have here against the Raiders, who will open up with an offensive possession down by 6, so a chance to take an opening drive lead here in the third quarter for the Warren Harding Raiders as Josiah Burney lines up the kick at the 40-yard line. As Burney with the kick, it is up and it is angling, taken in right inside the 5 by the Raiders. Slipping the first tackle, still on his feet, finding a hole, getting wrapped up and tackled just shy of the 40 is Warren Harding, and another great return by the Raiders, setting him up with good field position to start, and that is where the Raiders are going to start at their own 38-yard line. Mark them up actually another yard, call it the 39-yard line of Warren Harding. as the Raiders from inside the 40 now, looking to open up their first offensive drive here of the quarter. Like we said, trailing by 6, Fitch unable to convert that last-second field goal to end the first half and retake a 2-possession advantage. So running into motion, the handoff, trying to get that edge immediately is Warren Harding, and getting pushed out of bounds, very close to the first down marker. They're going to mark him a yard short, so it's going to be 2nd down and short to go for the Raiders, who approach midfield now. As at that 48-yard line of Warren Harding, trying to cross over into Falcon territory, the 50-yard line, or the 49-yard line, I should say, of Warren Harding as the first down yard line to gain. As, again, coming out, 3 receiver set, extra blockers up front for Dallas Jett out of the shotgun. Jett takes the snap, goes back to that ground game, getting slipped up, but does fall past the 50 for a first down through the ground by Warren Harding, and now they've crossed over into Falcons territory here in their first drive of the quarter. As the Raiders know how important it is to get the momentum going here, especially to start this third quarter. They deferred when they won the coin toss back at the beginning of the game, elected for the Falcons to have opening possession. The Falcons took that opening possession and made 6 points out of it after a missed extra point attempt. We'll see if the Raiders can take advantage now as they open up here in the second half. Dallas Jett looking to gun it. Now just going to step up and run for a first down and way more as the Falcons left an open running lane for the Raiders to take advantage of. Getting up past the 30 with the run is Dallas Jett. First down picked up by a ton on a about 20-yard run by the Raiders quarterback. As now it brings up another first down for Warren Harding, but a flag is on the play. And now we're going to await the call. But I believe chains do move forward. I believe they're picking up the flag, actually. So play stands, and it's a big run by Dallas Jett, and it sets up a first down now. As moving deeper into Austintown territory are the Raiders. It looks like they're going to set up shop at the 30. That's where they marked Dallas Jett out of bounds as he was angling for that far sideline right by the Fitch bench. And that's where he ended up getting out of bounds by inside the 30-yard line now as Warren Harding trying to take the lead here late. Dallas Jett with the snap back to the ground game, and Fitch swallowing the ground game up that time, and that is going to be stopped up as Ryan Powell on the carry. Looks like he may have gotten a yard, if that, as the Raiders with a minimal gain on the first down run. And they do call a face mask. And excuse me there, too. Confusing as both their flag and the marker that some of these officials are using are being utilized to both mark the ball and call penalties. There was a penalty flag down. I wasn't sure if that was the original marker, as it is very close to that line of scrimmage. But no, it was a penalty flag, and it was a face mask that was called against the Falcons. So move the Raiders up 15 yards. And again, penalties playing a big part in both these teams getting some yardage. Of course, we know the Raiders haven't been helping themselves in the penalty department, nor have the Falcons, as Warren Harding, again, with a great opportunity now, sitting inside the Falcon red zone with an opportunity, again, to try to take the lead down by 6. 4 receivers set for Dallas Jett. Jett takes the snap, goes back to the ground game, and a big hole up the middle for Ryan Powell, who's going to take it into the end zone, hit pay dirt for the touchdown, and this game is all evened up at 13 apiece to start this third quarter of play, and an extra point pending has Warren Harding with an opportunity now to take the lead in this one. Their first of the ball game, it would be, here in the third quarter. As Jake Doherty sits back for the extra point attempt. This one is for the lead. The snap is down, kick is up, and through the uprights it goes, and the Warren Harding Raiders take the lead for the first time tonight, 14-13 in favor of Warren Harding, as now Fitch going to have to try to respond offensively. 10:43 remains on the clock here in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this with the Falcons' next offensive possession.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
As Jake Doherty was able to get the game, go-ahead point, I should say, for the game. On the extra point attempt, giving the Raiders the 14-13 lead. Now back out to kick it off towards the Falcons, as they will try to open up with their first offensive possession here in the half. Now trailing for the first time in this game are the Falcons, as Doherty with the kick, and he's just going to squib that one. It is hauled in right past the 20, taking the angle, gets past the 25, past the 30, and with that squib kick, it does give the Falcons good field position. Questionable call to go with the squib kick and get them right near the 40-yard line, as now Fitch going to open up with good field position to start their first offensive possession of the half. As Devin Sherwood, senior quarterback, as every quarterback in their senior year steps onto the field, they realize it could be their last one for their respective high school. As Devin Sherwood, it is certainly the case going in his senior year this year, compiling another impressive season, as going with the screen pass that time and getting caught by the 40 and tackled down after a modest gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards on the screen pass and catch, as it does certainly work the Falcons past the 40. 2nd down and 6 now coming up for Fitch, as the catch by number 3, Dan Evans, the third. Again with a 4-receiver set. 2nd down and 6, the snap. And again the pitch to the outside. Tyree Mitchell looking for the outside coverage, and a great tackle short of the 45-yard line. That does keep it to a 3rd down, as the Falcons now critical 3rd down and 4 coming up. And it is a big one for the Harding defense if they can get a stop. 3rd down and 4. Devin Sherwood out of the shotgun. A checkoff at the sideline with Coach Parker does Devin Sherwood. Relays the message to his line, comes back set in the pocket out of the shotgun. Sherwood with the snap, pass coverage coming up big time, and unable to get it up forward as the Raider defense swallows them up yet again, as the Raiders coming out with a strong second half in this one and forcing a 4th down on Fitch. Maybe a little bit too much of a broken up play for Sherwood to get himself out of it elusively, as the Raiders were able to contain him in the pocket, and likely a punt coming up. But now this becomes a huge defensive stand for the Falcons if they do elect to kick this one away and give it back to the Raiders, as another score could put the Raiders up by as much as 8 points. As Devin Sherwood angling for the punt, and a good punt at that, gets that one up in the air a long time trying to get it, and missing the first tackle, still going backwards though, and what is he doing? Tackle now at the 15, so losing yardage, going the wrong way on the return, trying to make something big happen, and now it's going to back Warren Harding up to their own 15-yard line to start the next offensive possession. Well, you know Dallas Jet has a gun, but you want to try to give yourself a little bit better field position, as now the Raiders going to have to work themselves a little bit deep out of their own territory to try to come away successful in this offensive drive. But we've seen big plays have been the story of the game to this point for the Raiders, getting big plays in big chunks. And obviously, being backed up in their own territory, they'd love to get another one of those right here. Falcons needing a defensive stand now, still trailing by 1 here with 8:21 to go in this third quarter of play. Dallas Jet again with the snap, goes back to the handoff game, and again looks like a gain of maybe 2 on the carry by the Raiders. 2nd down and 8 now coming up. As Brian Robinson makes the tackle, brings up 2nd down and 8 as the clock ticks away underneath 8 minutes to go now in the third quarter. In a very brisk and chilly, we'll say it, late October night here at Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium in Austintown, Ohio. As the Raiders come back out of the huddle, getting set on offense. Going to make a quick substitution is Warren Harding as they set up with a 4-receiver set. 2nd down and 8. Dallas Jet again with the snap, looking down the middle, pocket collapsing, and that ball hits the ground. Couldn't keep it accurate on the intended target, which looked to be number 24 for the Raiders. That is Tyreek Ivory. As now 3rd down and 8. And a big 3rd down coming up for both teams, as it would obviously be a huge conversion for Harding. Fitch needing a stop, trying to get the ball back. As with no gain on the incomplete pass from Dallas Jet, he emerges now from the Harding sideline after a discussion with Coach Arnold. He emerges to the huddle as he relays his play to his team, as again with a 4-receiver set, sticking with a spread formation, 3 receivers on the one side, and it is going to be a flag. Dallas Jet snapped it too early. The Raiders were offsides on that one. As you could clearly see on the near side, this is going to back Warren Harding up by 5. Yep. And that was the call, too, and you saw it on the near side of the field. Receiving core of the Raiders not lined up on sides, as the offsides penalty will back them up even further. Set up at 3rd and 13, favorable for Falcon defense now, as they're still trying to get a stop here and get the ball back. Third quarter, 7:24 remains here. As now, let's see what Coach Arnold comes out of the playbook with here on 3rd and 13, needing a first. That is past the 25. The snap by Dallas Jet. Going to need to throw it deep as that ball is up, trying to get it, and it is a catch. What a catch at that, too, at the 35-yard line. And that is a heartbreaker for the Falcons, but Tyreek Ivory, special catch for the young man as he's able to reach through the coverage, and all the credit to Fitch having that ball and that coverage covered very well on that play. Ivory just makes a better offensive move, gets his hands on it, makes the catch. 1st down Raiders at the 35. As now with a big 3rd down and 13 conversion from Dallas Jet, the clock continues to move under 7:10 now and ticking for Warren Harding as they try to complete this drive, and it would be a big drive at that. Dallas Jet at the 35, out of the shotgun, takes the snap, goes back to the ground game. Fitch trying to swallow it up again, trying to push it with strength on the line, unable to get much on the carry. Looks like they gave him 2 yards on it, maybe 3, as it's going to be a 2nd down and 7 now for Warren Harding. As the Raiders, unlike the first half now, really trying to establish that run game as a part of their offense. Outside of that one big run that Powell had, they really haven't had much consistent running, and that's going to be a key for the Raiders in this half. As again, out of the shotgun, fakes the running game, goes screen pass to Foster. Dom Foster has a lot of room to run. He's got a 1st down as the Raiders near midfield, just shy of the 50. 6:17 on the clock here in the third quarter, and the Raiders looking like a different ball club than they did in that first half offensively, at the very least, making a lot of big plays, working another 1st down there on 2nd and 7 against the Falcons. Again, from just behind the 50-yard line, trying to cross over into Falcon territory. The Raiders on their own 49. A flag coming in, and I believe this one is going to go false start against the offense, and this is going to back them up again, 5. And this is still a case, too, where, yes, the Raiders are moving, but you cannot give up penalties like that, especially when you're trying to reclaim momentum. As both Fitch and Warren Harding, it seems like times where they can clearly take momentum. Penalties have been the story in this game. As Dallas Jet goes to the ground game, they try to get to the backfield, and they bust that one up immediately. Do the Falcons tackled down at the 41. That's going to be a loss of another 3. Bring up second down and about 18 to go now for the Raiders. And an injury down on the field, and I think it is on the Warren Harding side. And we're going to have to wait here for the injury timeout. Trainer's going to come out. We're going to get a name and an update for you, as we obviously wish the best of health for all our student athletes. We're going to come back with an update right after this on ysnlive.com.
Your teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends. Shiplap and skip.
As the injury appeared to be to number 41, Bryson Powell, he is walking off, albeit leisurely, gently off of the field, I should say, as taking it slow, and obviously so. When it's ever an upper body injury, especially near the head and neck area, you want to take those ones serious. Dallas Jet takes the snap on a second down and 18, getting pressure. Dallas Jet gets brought down behind the 40, and it's going to set up another third down and very long situation for the Raiders. As Warren Harding with a 3rd and 20 coming up. They're just behind their own 40-yard line. Their first down line to gain is the 41 of the Falcons. As a big third down coming up. Remember, Dallas Jet able to convert on a big third down conversion pass to catch to Tyreek Ivory earlier in this drive. 5 wide again for Jet. As the pass rush coming for the Falcons, getting it to him immediately, rushing him out to his right, trying to throw it over top, and it is caught, and it is complete, but it is short of the first down, and unlikely that the Falcons, or the Raiders, go for it. It would be a risky play. Falcons have turned them down on 4th down. An incomplete pass. That's a big call. Hold everything now. As now for sure going to have to be a thing. And I didn't see the initial call by the officials, but the Falcons able to break that one up, and it looked like another great elusive pass and throw by Dallas Jet that was able to get the Raiders with a lot better position, but no, incomplete. It falls. Raiders with the punt, crossing over into the Falcons territory, takes a bounce inside the 30 before it finally goes out of bounds. Fitch going to take over inside the 30, right about that 29, 28-yard line. Actually, call it the 27. They take another step forward as officials do. So 27-yard line is where Fitch going to take over, still trailing by 1. 4:24 remains in this one, and we're not even going to take a break. We'll stay right here with you on ysnlive.com as the Falcons now emerging immediately from the huddle, getting set up on offense, knowing they need to get some points on the board to try to reclaim this lead. 4:24 left in the third. In a 4-receiver set, the snap, the fake on the handoff, and Devin Sherwood trying to pick it up himself on the QB draw, as it looks like maybe a yard, if that. Falcons held, though, on first down. Brings up second down and about 9 to go. Call it 8. They give him an extra yard on the carry, so 2-yard rush by Sherwood. As Sherwood, in his career against the Raiders, has compiled a total of 167 rushing yards in a total of 4 games. That is good for about 3.5 yards per carry. As, again, in a 4-receiver set is Sherwood. Taking the snap, looking to that right side, avoiding the first tackle does Sherwood, stays on his feet, gets past and close to that 40-yard line before coming out of bounds. Does get out at the 35 is where they mark him down. So a third down and short on 3rd and 2 now coming up for Fitch. Would definitely need a big first down here with the Falcons before you think they're going to start going 4-down territory. This is definitely a big first down to come up here. Depends on, I guess, what they get, as featuring some great backs and a great running game to this point, needing another good yard gain do the Falcons. As a 2-receiver set, looks like they're going to be running it. The snap, the handoff, trying to go power right up the middle, and the push looks like it's going to be very, very close to a first down, but I think they're going to mark them just short. Let's see. As this could be a measurement here, as we'll have to see exactly where the ball is marked, how close it is to the marker, and depending on how close it is in an inches play, you might see the Falcons go for it. And I believe it is going to be an official timeout, and I think they are going to measure it for the spot, so this is going to be a big call here, I believe. So bring out the chains and let's get the call. First down Falcons is the call after the measurement, as DJ Williams able to get just enough, and a big first down at that, as the clock does continue to move, but more importantly the Falcons do get a first down. 3:30 left, not only the time but also the area code here for Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium, as the Austintown Fitch Falcons, with 3:30 left in the third, have a first down now as they're trying to work themselves back into a lead versus the Raiders here of Warren Harding. As Devin Sherwood with a first down out of the shotgun, again back to his 3-receiver set this time, and they go right back to DJ Williams, as Williams gets maybe a yard on the carry, but that run defense of Warren Harding has been stellar, especially in this half. As the Falcons now, second down and 9 to go. This clock continues to tick away, trying to get another first down, trying to work their way into Harding territory. Harding so far has kept Fitch on their side of the field in this half. Again, the fake on the handoff, immediately throwing it, and a drop by Jaden Ely, as that one falls incomplete. Had he caught it, likely a first down for Fitch, but that brings up a big 3rd and 9 now for Harding. As a big 3rd down and 9 coming up, And a 4-receiver set now for Devin Sherwood. DJ Williams goes into motion. The snap, looking and getting coverage, breaking out of the pocket now, rolling out. Devin Sherwood throws across his body and cross field, but it is another 4th down as the Raiders defensively hold it yet again. As now with a 4th down coming up, 2:23, Fitch gonna need to punt this one as the Raiders come through strong on defense yet again, and a chance to get the ball back here with little time left to go in the 3rd quarter. Devin Sherwood back as the punter for the Falcons. Just beyond that 30-yard line, takes the ball, gets the kickoff, and a good punt from Sherwood, which it takes as a bounce out of bounds inside the 30, and the Raiders going to take over at around their 25-yard line. As we'll be back with the Raiders' offensive possession, 2:15 to go here in the 3rd quarter, right after this on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods.
As we get ready for the first play, but before the snap is even done, we have whistles blown, and it looks like going to be a flag called, and false start going to be called on the Raiders, so immediately starting back 15 yards now on 1st down. As the Raiders, penalties didn't help them out at all in that last offensive drive. And they're going to start behind the chains again here. 1st and 15 coming up for Warren Harding. As again in a 4-receiver set, sending into motion, faking the handoff, getting back to throw, trying to get a completion as it is fading out of bounds. Tyreek Ivory was the intended target as it falls incomplete for a 2nd down and 15 to go now for the Raiders. As Warren Harding now going to see what they elect to do on 2nd and 15. If they're going to try to get about half of those yards back now is going to be an interesting question. As the Raiders, obviously, with decisions coming up. As 2nd and 15, Dallas Jett out of the shotgun. Taking the snap, goes to the ground game, trying to get the edge, tackled up short of that 20-yard line. As the Raiders now couldn't get any traction going on 3rd down, 3rd and 15 to go. Falcons defense looking for one more stop. As it's been all defense this game, especially in this 2nd half. Raiders opened up with that opening score, and really nothing on offense since. As a big 3rd and 14 coming up, Fitch looking to get the ball back, needing one more stop, trying to prevent the Raiders from getting past their own 33-yard line. That is the yard line to gain. 4-receiver set. Dallas Jett takes the snap, looks to his left, now shuffles to his right. Fitch pressuring him, throws a seed, almost caught. Great pass defense that time by the Raiders, looking for the flag. Boys in black and white stripes don't give it to him. I don't necessarily think that Tyreek Ivory did have pass interference there. I think it was just good defense. Falcons did a great job of trying to break it up as the pass got there. Tyreek Ivory has been phenomenal all night long, though, and that shouldn't be something he beats himself up over. Some phenomenal catches that night by the young man, and should not, of course, let that affect his play the rest of the game. But we have a big 4th down coming up now for the Warren Harding Raiders, who now have to punt it away deep in their own territory and might set Fitch up with their best offensive position. And it is gonna, no doubt, set Fitch up with their best offensive possessions as it goes out by the 30. And that is the last thing the special teams unit of Warren Harding wanted to do, is start the Falcons in their own territory, as Fitch will start on Harding's, I believe, 30-yard line. Call it the 33, I think is where they say it angled out at. So 33-yard line start for the Falcons, and big-time field position after a good defensive stop from Fitch. And these are the opportunities we talk about, golden opportunities that you have to take advantage of with 1:09 left in this game. Fitch needing the score to take the lead, trailing by 1 to Warren Harding. As Devin Sherwood with a trips formation, 5 wide exactly on the offensive side of things. No backs in the backfield, empty backfield. 5 receivers set. Taking the snap is Sherwood. Sherwood looks to that right side, fires almost a completion, but that one through the hands of Cam Smith. Flag comes in late, and we'll see what this is a call on. A holding call for Fitch, and it might be. That would be obviously the last thing the Falcons want here, but that might be the case. Let's listen in. And it is a illegal receiver downfield against the Falcons for a 5-yard penalty. That's going to back them up to the 38. So it's a 1st down and 15. No loss of down on the play, but they are 5 yards back. And trying to get into field goal position is another thing you have to look at as well. Trying to take the lead are the Falcons, and this is likely going to be 4-down territory anyway, being in Harding territory where they are. As the Falcons, again with 5 wide, go back to the passing game, find Cam Smith. Cam Smith breaks the first tackle, still on his feet, and he dives for the 1st down. As Cam Smith gets the 1st down pass and catch, brings the Falcons to that 21-yard line as they move closer into Raider territory, trying to retake the lead. 56 seconds remain here in the 3rd quarter of play. As again, now coming in 4 receivers set. Tyree Mitchell on that right hip of Sherwood. The snap, the handoff, Mitchell has it. Mitchell gets taken down right by that 20-yard line after a gain of about 2 on the carry. As the clock continues to run, that might just have been the last play of our 3rd quarter if the Falcons elect to burn the clock out, or if they want to run one more play, there's certainly time to do so. But the game clock at 20 seconds, play clock at 31 right now. So, like we said, no reason for the Falcons to run another play, and I think they're just going to hold on to it, take us into the 4th quarter where the Falcons will be starting on the Raiders' 20-yard line. 2nd down and 9 to go, trailing by 1. Boy, anytime these two teams match up, does it ever come down to a barn burner. 4th quarter coming up right after this on ysnlive.com.
60 years ago, Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods began with 3 siblings, a hand-set sawmill, and a few local orders. And while business has certainly changed over the years, what has not are our principles of hard work, craftsmanship, and commitment to quality. At Baird Brothers, we're proud to put our name on the products we create, from moldings and doors to flooring and lumber. Thank you for 60 great years. We look forward to 60 more. Baird Brothers, for the place you love.
As we welcome you back here, fourth quarter of play in Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium in Austintown, Ohio. Devin Sherwood in a 5-wide takes the snap, goes to Donnie Ellis on that side. Still on his feet, Donnie Ellis dives for the first down, came very close to it, as it is going to be just short of the first. Bring up third down and about 1 to go now for the Falcons, who sit in field goal position. As Fitch now trying to get and complete the offensive possession after getting the good punt. And the handoff trying to go up the middle, and that is going to be a first down by the Falcons. Just using power running, goes straight up the gut with it. DJ Williams picks up another one, as it is now first and goal for the Falcons at the 10. As the first down for the Falcons sets them up with a position to score at the 8-yard line. First and goal, 11-15 and ticking for Fitch. Devin Sherwood with Tyree Mitchell on his left hip. Sherwood with the drop of the ball, now going to shuffle out, turns his back to the right, back of the end zone, dropped though in the back of the end zone, and a catch that wasn't meant to be. And it was a touchdown dropped by the Falcons and intended receiver for the Austintown Fitch Falcons. I believe that was number 24, Donovan Bell Sullivan. So now with 11 minutes, a second down and goal situation coming up for Fitch. As the Raiders trying to come up with another defensive stand inside their own red zone. 2nd and 8 coming up, though, for Fitch. Moving to the right hip now is Mitchell. The snap, the handoff. No, keeping it himself was Sherwood. Sherwood on the back of his center. Gets about to the 5. Ball came out, though, and the Raiders are pointing to the foul, to their side, and they might have the ball. We'll have to see what the call is from the officials. The Raiders are all pointing that way. As they are saying he was down, so no fumble called on that play, as Falcons with possession still at the 5 as it stands right now. As the Raiders almost with a huge defensive stop, now coming up 3rd down and 5. Devin Sherwood, again with Tyree Mitchell in the backfield with him, goes to that sideline, caught as it is breaking the plane for a touchdown. And a flag comes in after the catch, and we're going to have to see who this one goes off against. Likely going to be enforced on the kickoff, whoever it's going to be against. But the touchdown, for all intents and purposes, should stand. But we're going to wait and listen in, since it is a scoring play, with our officials to make sure the call on the field stands. As they have a brief discussion now. And let's see what the call on the field is. So the touchdown does stand. The Falcons retake the lead 19-14. Now an unsportsmanlike penalty goes against the Falcons, so now both the Raiders and the Falcons picking up unsportsmanlike penalties in this game on both sides. So a little bit of jarring from both sides, and hey, it's playoff time and it hasn't devolved into anything too serious. You can live with a little bit of talking from both sides, especially on the football field, as neither team has really cooler heads have prevailed in any situation, and we haven't seen anything serious, and that just goes to show a lot of respect to both programs not letting it get to that point. But we know there's a storied rivalry over the last few years between these two schools, so you expect intensity, especially in a playoff matchup, to be turned up to 11 on these amps. and definitely going to be a little bit more amplified going into this one, as now Devin Sherwood and the Falcons looking for a 2-point conversion. Would be a big one to maintain or reclaim, rather, a 7-point advantage. Sending into motion are the Falcons, taking the snap, looking to Tyler Evans' way, going for the pass, and it's complete again to the back of the end zone. 2-point conversion, and boy, oh boy, you want to talk about insurance points. Falcons just gave themselves that with a 2-point conversion. Granted, the Raiders can still take the lead if they attempt one on the other side, but as it stands right now, Fitch with a 7-point lead. That is huge going forward. 10:09 left in this ball game. The Raiders going to get the ball back right after this on ysnlive.com.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
You want to talk about a game filled with big plays on offense, on defense. There's so many big names making big plays for both teams right now. You go from the touchdown catches from Jaden Ely and Cam Smith earlier in this game. You talk about a big 2-point conversion from the Falcons. From the other side, though, Warren Harding's defense has looked phenomenal, especially in the second half, and you got to give credit to Dallas Jet. Both these quarterbacks, and Devin Sherwood and Dallas Jet, gamers on the field, man, and they do a fantastic job of keeping plays alive to the very last second, and we know this one isn't going to be anything easy, as of course, the flag did come out. We got to remember that repositioning of the ball, and it looks like Josiah Burneye may have slipped his mind that from that time of back, all the way back a few plays ago, feels like an eternity ago. It was just no more than a few minutes. But the Falcons will have to kick it off from their own 25-yard line. So no doubt Warren Harding going to have good field position, you would presume, from this kickoff, and that should be what the Raiders need to try to get themselves back even in this ball game, now trailing by 7. And it looks like going with a lone return man are the Warren Harding Raiders in this set. Always got to be aware of the onside kick, but unlikely that the Falcons do anything here. That would be a huge risk on Coach Parker's part. As Josiah Burneye lining up for the kick, just looking to get a good one underneath this. As Burneye's kick with a line drive takes a few bounces, but it does go out of bounds. So another penalty going to be addressed as it went out of bounds at that 25-yard line. So the Raiders will start with good field position, going to move them up to the 40. And now Warren Harding with 10:09 to go here in this ball game, needing a touchdown to even this one up, as you would still think enough time likely that both teams can get an offensive possession, but it all kind of depends on how they're able to really manipulate the clock. And we know the Falcons, if they have the lead, are going to try to do just that. But the Raiders here, and it looks like they're going to do a re-kick on this one now. And we're going to try to, I don't know if the exact reasoning off the bat, we're going to try to get word on that one, on why that one's being re-kicked off, as, yeah, they kicked it off from the 25-yard line, and it did go out of bounds. Typically, from what I remember, that's a 15-yard penalty, so let's listen. But now the Falcons are backed all the way up to their 20-yard line now, so kicking from even further in their own territory. As Fitch and Josiah Burneye just going to look to get another good kick off. But, hey, another opportunity for the Falcons, albeit they're a little bit further back than they would like to be. But another opportunity for Burneye to straighten his kick, and now they're moving the ball again. And what is happening right now at Austintown Fitch High School? So much confusion going on right now. And now are they moving the Falcons back to the original line of scrimmage? Or as the officiating crew has not been a fan. They have not got any fans on either side of the ball club in this one. Both the Falcon and Harding faithful. As they finally address it as 1st and 10 at the 50 from Harding after trying to say they needed to re-kick it for some reason, as officiating crew, I guess, does finally come together and make the right call, does give the ball back to Harding, as it didn't really make all that much sense as to why the Falcons would re-kick that ball. But we did see that the officials, looks like they wanted to make that call initially, but they call it back. And it looks like, for all intents and purposes, as we know right now here at YSNLive.com, the right call has been made on the field. Raiders ball at midfield as the Falcons defense emerges from their sideline, readies up here against Dallas Jet and the Harding offense, as now they need to move the chains. And boy, they're all sorts of discombobulated right now in the officiating crew as they try to get themselves situated. Chains are set. Officials getting in position. All right, I think we might be good for a play here on football, as it feels like we've been a long time since our last one. Oh, wait, no, we got another discussion right now going on. You wonder in games like this if maybe we should start putting a timeout limit on the officials' timeouts. Give them maybe 3.5 as well, because at some point, you just need to say, we need to just play football. And I don't know what the discussion could possibly be now, as still confusion all over a play that happened not even on this exact drive, not even on special teams, a play that happened back when the Falcons offense was on the field after they scored the go-ahead touchdown. And this is still what we're discussing now, as they tried to get a kickoff that went out of bounds. They tried to say we need to re-kick it. They've replaced Harding, replaced him now at the 50-yard line, Harding ball. And now we're going to have another discussion from the officials. As let's see if we finally have the call we need to play football here. As now the Falcons Raiders, will start at the 50. And oh my goodness, and another whistle has blown. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, of course, it's a knee pad issue now, so we're going to need to get the tape on that one. We love all of our officials and what the officials do for high school sports, but at some point, you need to just say, this is a little bit ridiculous, and say, get the game on. We're in the fourth quarter, 10:08. Everybody in the stadium just wants to see these teams play football, as the handoff to Ryan Powell is good for about 6 on the initial carry. Gets him into Falcon territory at the 44. 40. So a 2nd and 4 now coming up for the Raiders, as we finally, after everybody's had a cup of coffee and probably watched the whole Godfather trilogy, we finally got a play off, and it is a 2nd down and 4 now coming up for Warren G. Harding. 9:33, the snap, the keeper from Dallas Jet. Jet gets that edge, slips the first tackle, and gets brought down at the 40. And just so graceful does he go down with the tackle, still trying to be elusive even as he falls to the ground. Dallas Jet on the extension from his arms, diving out with that play, picks up the 1st down at the 40-yard line, and that is where Warren Harding going to take over on offense. 9:23 and ticking on the clock. Time going to start becoming a big factor down the stretch in this one, as the Raiders continuing their offensive drive on the Falcon 40. And an empty backfield, single backfield, 4 receiver look for the Raiders. The handoff back on the ground game to Powell, and a great job by the Falcons again, stopping that run game of the Raiders, as some good sportsmanship you see being played there by both Ryan Powell of the Raiders and number 21 for the Falcons and C.J. Schishler. Good sportsmanship. You love to see that. 8:45 now left on the clock. 2nd down and 9 for Warren Harding, who has now worked themselves inside the 40 on a 1-yard gain on first. Making a quick substitution are the Falcons. Raiders trying to get set. Again in a 4-receiver set. Sending into motion for the Raiders was number 3 for them, and that was Dorsey. As again, big play though for Warren Harding. Works at 1st down and more, just shy of the 20-yard line. As it is with 8:15, they're going to need to move the chains. Clock will continue to run after they move the chains, that is. But the Raiders just on the precipice of the Austintown Fitch Falcons red zone, trying to work themselves inside, as it becomes a lot more difficult to score, especially when you have a lot less field to work with, and the Raiders have been really good at getting those big passing plays off. As let's see now with a shorter field again if they can come up with the big plays. Dallas Jett with the fake, keeps it himself, turns on the burner. Jett still on his feet, gets a block, barrels his way through the end zone for a touchdown. As a big touchdown scored from the quarterback Dallas Jett. And with that touchdown, and it looks like coming up hobbling though is Dallas Jett, and that's going to be definitely something you're going to want to look at going forward. But Dallas Jett scores a big touchdown for Warren Harding, brings them an extra point away from tying this one up, 21-all. As Jake Doherty out to kick it for the tie. 7:43 remains in this game. The snap is down, kick is up, through the uprights it goes, and we are all even at 21 apiece. As the Falcons getting the ball back here, 21-21 all. 7:43 left on the game. We'll be back right after this on ysnlive.com.
New things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends: shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Welcome back, everybody. 7:43 remains in this ball game as the Austintown Fitch Falcons back ready to receive the kickoff. Warren Harding and Dallas Jett tie the ball game up as Jett picks one up with his legs, as able to get a huge block going into the end zone, and a big extra point for the tie from Jake Doherty, and the score being 21 apiece. As it has stood now, as the Falcons, you look back at that 2-point conversion, how big that was for Fitch in that time, as the kick is away, hauled in near the 20, making a big turn as Cam Smith past the 30, still on his feet, tackled near the 40, and a great gain from Cam Smith to start this one, as now the Falcons going to start on the 40-yard line. And I feel like now, especially after the last 2 offensive drives by both teams, the weather, how cold it is, and how much effort both of these teams and a lot of these players are expelling on both sides of the ball, you're starting to see, especially on defense, some of these players getting a little bit tired and a little bit of a step slower, if you will, in this one. So who can battle through and have the better stamina, as the Falcons coming out with a 5-wide look on offense. Raiders pinch and bring up press defense on the edges for the streak routes, as again Tyler Evans with the catch, and it's a basket catch, bread in the bread basket from Sherwood to Evans, as the old age connection of number 2 to number 11 comes through again. Big catch on the other side from the Falcons, under 7.5 to go, and the Falcons and Devin Sherwood showing off the accuracy and the arm strength all night long, makes another big-time pass and burns the Raiders' secondary, as the Falcons pick up a monstrous first down inside the 25-yard line now of Warren Harding. DJ Williams in the backfield with Sherwood on his right hip. Taking the snap, fakes the handoff to Williams, looking to that end, and the catch in 2 plays. The Falcons have retaken the lead. As Tyler Evans said, I needed to get one before the end of my career here in Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium at Austintown, Ohio, as Tyler Evans picks up another touchdown reception against the Raiders. It is his 3rd in his career, as after a big game last week against the Raiders, he continues it here as another big touchdown for the Falcons. And here's another extra point, as extra points being just as big, and it might be, you are going to see it, as the kick does go through the uprights, but a jump on the side of Harding. As now it's going to be a half the distance to the goal look. And I think the Falcons are just going to elect to kick it away again. Not getting too risky as Coach Parker. We've seen him go for it before in pressure cooker situations, but not at this time, as Josiah Burneye lining up the kick yet again. Up by 6 are the Falcons. 6:57 left in this game, as that kick is up and through the upright it goes, and back and forth we go in this ball game. As, excuse me, let's correct that for you, as score, we had the wrong mark on that. It is the Falcons up now 28-21 over the Warren Harding Raiders, and in 2 quick plays, both of them going to Tyler Evans, and he ate the entire field on a pass from Sherwood, 2 passes from Sherwood for the lead. 28-21, Falcons leading it. Raiders get the ball back and needing a score. Boy, oh boy, what an ending we have in store for you. Ty Bartell going to be back right after this on ysnlive.com.
We are there in your community. Small business owners, mechanics, police officers, homemakers, and we are there serving our nation in the Air Force Reserve. When medical emergencies arise, in cybersecurity, when natural disasters happen, we are there in space. We are Reserve Citizen Airmen, and we are there with over 180 different jobs to serve your country. Air Force Reserve.
As Josiah Burneye out to kick this one away again for the Falcons. In this area, too, is almost the same situation. Fitch pulled off an onside kick that got them possession and pretty much helped seal that Week 10 victory over the Raiders. Out to kick it once again is Josiah Burneye at the 40-yard line. He backs up as he readies for the kick. As defense for the Falcons, needing a big stop here, as the game likely going to be on the line, you would think, every drive going forward in the script kick, as it goes in between the hands, and it's going to be dropped on by the 20, and a perfectly executed kick again by the Falcons, as an Olay missed attempt on the pickup from the Raiders goes to the 20. 6:56 left in the game, and almost, you don't know if that's a disadvantage for the Raiders as much, though, because we've seen Dallas Jett uncork some monstrous passes, especially to his guys Tyreek Ivory and Dom Foster. Going to have to watch out for both those receiver tandems, especially when Warren Harding is back deep in their own territory. They like to whip out the big passes every once in a while, so something the Falcons secondary going to have to be careful with, as Fitch has had good coverage on him, but the receivers are just making better offensive plays. As Dallas Jet, single backfield, takes the snap, goes handoff as the run by Ryan Powell, who's still on his feet, finally gets tackled down, but not after a big first down carry. And both of these teams, it's been all offense now in the fourth quarter, as they got all their defense out of the way in the third after shutting each other out with the exception of one score by Harding. The Raiders now shy of the 40. Looks like they're at that 38-yard line. And that is where Warren Harding going to start. 1st and 10. Clock still ticking. Both teams with all their timeouts. 6.5 and under to go from here on out. As Powell moves to that left tip. Powell 50-50, either a big play or a modest gain as they go to Tyreek Ivory in the screen pass, slipping the first tackle, and a great job by Cam Smith just holding on for the shoelace tackle and bring Ivory down and force Warren Harding into another play before they could cross midfield, as going to be stationed right at their own 49-yard line, trying to cross over into Fitch territory. Clock continues to run, 6:10 and ticking in this one. As the Raiders again coming out on offense. Dallas Jet out of the shotgun. Takes his snap, goes back to that ground game, and they try to get it to Powell, who tried to get the edge. Powell does get a decent gain of about 3 on the carry, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 8 to go. As Harding trying to play the clock and manipulate it well enough to where you don't want to give Fitch the ball back, especially even if you do score. You want to try to kind of end this with a score, and Harding going to need to play smart with the clock, but it's hard in this situation when you're up 5-6 minutes, because you think about how quick the Falcons scored and how much time can you leave yourself if you give the ball back to Fitch. So it's going to be interesting what both coaches come out with. As Harding 2nd down and 8 fakes the handoff, goes back to the screen pass. Getting the edge was Dom Foster, a block up front, but the tackle comes in the back, stops Foster short of the first. 3rd down and 1 to go for Harding. As the clock continues to move, we're under 4:50 to go in this ball game now. As making some substitutions now are the Raiders. As back out is Warren Harding. 3rd and 1 coming up. Obviously, you would think 4-down territory every step of the way through. Dallas Jet turns on his jets and gets past the Falcons' line of scrimmage for the 1st down carry. And it sets up 1st down just on the outside of Fitch's red zone at that 24-yard line. As Markham actually a yard closer, they're going to call it the 23-yard line, where Warren Harding going to take over as trying to work their way again into the Falcon red zone. We're at 4:08 and ticking in this one. Of course, we know both teams, all 3 timeouts. Going to be an interesting look to see how the time is going to be manipulated by both coaches as this one continues to wind down. We're under 4 minutes to go. 4 receivers set. The handoff goes back to the ground game and tackled at that 20-yard line after a gain of about 4. And now you got to start thinking when you want to start implementing timeouts, because you know the Raiders keeping the ball on the ground, trying to bait the Falcons into utilizing their timeouts. And you got to give credit where credit's due. The Raiders playing this game exactly how they need to. They want to get away with a score and send this to overtime with minimal time left on the clock for the Falcons. Problem is when you do that, and we see some teams, you can get too conservative at times and kind of shy away from plays that are there. You got to make sure you are communicating, and we know Coach Arnold, one of the better coaches, got to communicate with your backs and your quarterback, your halfbacks, that if the score is there, you have to still take it. As getting it almost in the backfield, but slipping the tackle, and that is certainly one they wish they have back, as Dallas Jet does get out of bounds and stops the clock. You almost wonder, though, if that helps the Falcons more than it helps the Raiders at 2:57 left. Because you got to remember now, with you being inside the red zone and a great play by Dallas Jet, it sets up 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. And all I'm going to say, with 2:57 left on the clock, this one is winding down for a very, very interesting finish. As still needing to come away with the score. This one's not tied up yet, as many of us would like to call it that. Still needing a score are the Raiders. Fitch has shown that they can stop them before. Raiders, though, came away with a big score, and now Dallas Jett, with him utilizing those legs now, becoming a much more dangerous quarterback, goes back to his legs. There goes Dallas Jett again, gallops his way like a gazelle into the end zone for the score. Extra point away from the tie for Warren Harding. As the score comes with 2:52 left in this ball game, and Warren Harding going to have to line up Jake Doherty for the kick, as trying to even this one up, 28 apiece. As getting ready, extra point up and through, just barely missed the block, but it does get through, keeps the game even, 28-28, as now we're going to have to see, do the Raiders elect to kick it off? What happens on the kickoff? Sub 3 minutes to go. We're in for an interesting finish here at Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium in Austintown, Ohio. Ty Bartell going to be back to wrap the rest of this one up with you right after this at ysn.com.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa. And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing. Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships. We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team. Your goals, our game plan. Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Welcome back, everybody, as we take a look there. 28-28, 2:52 left here in this fourth quarter of play, as Jake Doherty getting back ready to kick this thing off to the Falcons, who with 2:52 left, looking for that game-winning drive if possible, as Doherty gets ready for the kickoff, and the kick is going to be squibbed and hauled in right by the 15. Up with it is Tyler Evans. Tyler Evans continues to go forward. Ball comes loose, though, needing to dive on it. Falcons kept it. The Falcons kept it on the turnover that pushed them forward, as it pushed them into Raider territory past the 35. And we know what, folks, we talk about this game being a big skill game. And that's exactly what this game is, as we're going to wait for the officials to talk this one over. This is going to be an interesting call, but I believe it stands as big of a skill game as this is. This game is a whole lot of skill, but it's a little bit of luck as well. It's a little bit of luck and a whole lot of skill. And that one, Falcons, a fumble forward that they recovered definitely has set them up with great field position. 2:42 now. And almost exactly what the Falcons needed, and almost a sure disaster to a big play, as DJ Williams gets past the 30, is taken down. Clock gonna run. Now it becomes when Warren Harding wants to elect to take their timeouts, as the clock burns away. 2:25 and ticking. Falcons, remember, they don't even need a touchdown here. You worry about the kick, though, as we have had issues in the special teams unit, have the Falcons. But the Raiders' defense has also been big. Almost came away with a turnover that would have certainly flipped this game on its head. But with a 2nd and 6, and we are now under 2 minutes to go in this one, Devin Sherwood taking the snap, goes back to the handoff. DJ Williams with the edge. DJ Williams still on his feet. Takes it out of bounds. And you know what? A smart play, too, by the young man Williams, as could have probably scored that one if he wanted to. Did not want to leave the Raiders with enough time. as they called him out of bounds at the 13, actually, is where they called him. So at the 13, though, but with the first down for the Falcons, they're set up in field goal position now. Let's see how the clock manipulation's going to start. Both teams have all their timeouts, as Coach Arnold can stop the clock still 3 times for Warren Harding. Moving inside are the Raiders, trying to keep it inside the tackles. Goes back to the ground game as DJ Williams gets tackled inside the 5. As the game clock continues to run, and it looks like finally going to need to take a timeout is Warren Harding. They need to start using these timeouts and set themselves up with a chance here. But here's another big factor that we haven't mentioned yet. This isn't a first and goal situation. The ball was called out at the 13, hence meaning that the first down is at the 3-yard line of Warren Harding. So by saying that, if it was a first and goal or if it was an and goal scenario, it works out actually better in Harding's favor, because that would mean with second and goal, Falcons have 2 plays left. Harding has 2 timeouts left, so it pretty much becomes chalk. You stop them twice, you get to get the ball back, presumably. But now, with a first down being able to be in play at that 3-yard line, if Fitch gets that first down, gets a fresh set of 4 downs, Harding cannot stop the clock with enough times for Fitch to still be able to burn it down all the way to the last second and kick a field goal if that is what they elect to do. So that's another big factor looking out, as Harding has taken their first of 3 timeouts, leaving them with 2. Falcons, second down and 2 on the 5, needing the Harding 3 for the first. As Devin Sherwood takes the snap, goes back to the handoff as DJ Williams has fallen forward. First down, Falcons. And boy, oh boy, now with 2 timeouts left, this is where it becomes interesting for Harding. Because now the Falcons, decisions times, because you are not confident in the Falcons as far as special teams unit. We've seen a lot of blocked kicks this point, and I don't think anybody in the Falcon faithful, as much as we know Josiah Burneye, one of the most accurate kickers when he's able to get it off, but teams have been able to create penetration and get a lot of blocks on the Falcons this year. So that is something we know Fitch is not comfortable doing, albeit it's a chip shot, but even those can get blocked at times too. As we're winding down, we got 92 seconds left in this playoff matchup in a tied ball game, 28-28 apiece. And Ty Bartel joining you along every step of the way in this one. And what can we say? We said it prior to this game, and we'll say it again. You're looking at 2 of the best teams in the AAC and 2 premier programs that consistently, especially in the last few years, have had a lot of success. And we know everything Warren Harding's been able to do under Coach Arnold. Coach Arnold, a fantastic coach that breeds fantastic football players. And of course, Coach Parker coming into his second full season as the Falcons head coach has reimagined this Falcons offense into something different than what we've seen in years prior. And it's really been something special to watch with Devin Sherwood at the helm. This one far from over, though. Minute 32 left on the clock. The snap, the handoff, the carry as DJ Williams trying to get to the end zone, and it looks like he is stopped up short. Raiders have 1 timeout to go, and it looks like they are going to take that one with a minute 24 left. And now Warren Harding is out of timeouts, so cannot stop the clock anymore. And with a second down and 2 to go, Falcons still can run pretty much 2 plays. If they don't make it here, they burn more clock. Do they want to do that, though, becomes an interesting question, as this is almost no man's land with the clock that's left. And you know you don't want to leave anything over 60 seconds in the hands of Dallas Jett, because he can certainly bring this game back even in a matter of a play or 2. We've already seen him do it with his arms, do it with his legs. So certainly not the case of you don't want this ball to be in Dallas Jett's hands to try to end the game, as the Falcons still would love to burn some clock off of this one. But still, you need the score, and that's the biggest thing. Don't count any points before you get it. You need to get it first. As the Falcons, again coming out is Sherwood and DJ Williams. Again, the handoff goes back up the middle, trying to dive for the end zone. We're waiting for the call. I don't think he got it, and it is going to be just shy of the marker. And it does bring up 3rd down and very short to go, less than a yard. Falcons, though, with all kinds of momentum, they have all their timeouts left. They can burn this thing down all the way to 27 seconds before running another play. And the part that really gives the Falcons the advantage, too, you got to call it the way you see it, too. The Falcons, if they get held here with a timeout, can still have the option, as long as there's no turnovers, to stop the ball with 1 to 2 seconds left and attempt a game-winning field goal. So momentum solely in the court of Fitch. And unless Harding can create a turnover, you think the game is going to end right here, whether the Falcons can get it or we're going to overtime if the Harding Raiders can stop it. You're going to need a goal line stand, and the Raiders going to need to build a wall at that end zone. And, hey, we've seen them do it before, and whenever you bring Marl Brown and Kincaid Tyson to the show, you know that both of them are going to bring up big time stops. As we said before, going into this game, we'll highlight it one more time and set the scene for you. Marl Brown coming into today versus the Falcons in 3 games, 9 solo tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss. Against the Falcons, Kincaid Tyson in 3 games, 14 solo tackles, 2.5 sacks, 4.5 tackles for loss, 1 forced fumble. Good enough for just about 5 tackles a game, over a tackle for loss a game, and just about a sack a game. So great career Kincaid Tyson has put together against this Austintown Fitch Falcons squad. Of course, we know as of right now in the last 4 matchups, even 2-2, Harding winning back in 2019, 10-7, winning the playoff matchup in 2020, Fitch winning the regular season matchup in 2020 and 2021. 28 seconds left on the clock. Sherwood out with Tyree Mitchell, and a timeout being called by Coach Parker. And Coach Parker taking 2 timeouts in this one, and makes everyone hold on to the edge of their seat just a bit longer, as the Falcons are left with 1 on a 3rd and goal situation, less than a yard to go. And if you look at that football where it's spotted too, you're talking just inside the 1-yard line. So this is going to be an interesting ending to this one. We already know we're not going anywhere with you, as we showcasing the Warren G. Harding Band, as both teams, great band performances from Harding and Fitch prior to this one. As we're about to hear, you would think, a lot of music depending on how this play goes. Either way for either team. Big play coming up. Warren Harding, Fitch. Round 2, the snap, the handoff, the dive. He broke the plane. DJ Williams reaches in for the touchdown. 24 seconds left. Have a day, young man. The sophomore retakes the lead. And almost an exact same snapshot of the game last week, where DJ Williams iced it with a touchdown. Still 24 seconds left on the clock. And you got to remember, this is still a big extra point coming up for Josiah Burney. As Tyler Evans, the holder, takes it, puts it down, the kick is up and through, flag comes out, likely against the Raiders. It is, as they call the offsides, as Raiders were lined up and they jumped a little bit on the initial snap, but another chance still to block it for the Raiders, and a block could generate some momentum. Still, like we said, 24 seconds, and no game is over until that clock reaches triple zeros. Falcons needing the extra point to give themselves that 7-point advantage. Josiah Burney now lines it up. Ball is going to be placed at the 10 after snapped. Snap is down, ball is down, kick is up, through the uprights it goes. It's a 35-28 advantage, heard to a roar from the Austintown Fitch Falcon faithful sides of the fans as they let them hear it. A big touchdown run from DJ Williams, 24 seconds left on the clock, and now it just becomes ticking away at that clock. Needing, you would think, presumably one, possibly two more stops. I don't think you give them any opportunity through the air on a kick here. Likely you're going to see just trying to keep it on the ground, get a tackle, and force Harding into it. Got to remember, though, Harding, a fantastic return team on both kickoffs and punts. So you still hold your breath if you're a Falcon faithful in this one, knowing you got to still kick it off to Harding and still give him a chance. Dom Foster's going to wait in the backfield for the kickoff. As emerging from the timeout are the Falcons. And with 24 seconds left on the clock, getting ready to kick it off is Josiah Burnhigh. As Josiah Burnhigh checks off with his team. As we know, the winner of this game going to be slated to face the winner of the Akron-Hoban matchup with the Eastlake North, the 14 versus 3 seed. As we presume, and we'll get a score on that one before we wrap this one up, that Akron-Hoban likely going to come away with that one. So the winner of this one likely to meet Hoban in next week's matchup. And that one takes a bounce, hauled in just past the 30, getting that first tackle, trying to still on his feet, and finally comes out of bounds past the 45. A great return for the Raiders, and like we said, hold everything. This one ain't over. 17 seconds left. And with 17 seconds, still an opportunity for Warren Harding, especially in Falcon territory, to have a couple attempts at a Hail Mary to try to tie this one up. As the Falcons know, they just need to ensure that that plane is not broken in the end zone. And you just want to burn clock. Harding cannot stop the clock. Fitch with one timeout. 17 seconds remains in this one. Harding at the 44-yard line of Fitch. Everybody collectively holding their breath. Dallas Jet with the look. Dallas Jet uncorks it. Dallas Jet to Tyreek Ivory. Broken up. And there is going to be no flags. There is going to be a late flag coming in after that. And it is going to be a pass interference call on the Falcons, as 7 seconds did burn away off the clock. You would likely think, as Falcons are moving backwards, we're going to wait for the call. Likely pass interference, though. "15 yards goes Raiders' way, and it's going to give Warren Harding a chance, an even better chance. And like we said, don't call this one over until it's over. You need 10 ticks off the clock if you're the Falcons. Raiders looking for one great pass in that end zone. Dallas Jet with the opportunity to do it. Now inside the 30, out the 29. As Jet comes out with a single backfield, 4 receivers set. Falcons coming out, lining the field with 5 defensive backs, 3 linebackers, 3 men on the line, trying to ensure no touchdown pass from Dallas Jet, who gets the breakout, fires it over the middle, almost picked off, but able to separate it was Deshaun Vaughn Jr. And this one ain't over. 7 seconds burn off the clock. 3 seconds remain. It's coming down to this, folks. It's coming down to one play. A play from the Falcons defense ensures a win and an advancement into the next round. A touchdown plus a little bit of help on the extra point means we have overtime here in Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium. As coming up with maybe the best play they can is the Warren Harding Raiders. 3 seconds on the clock at the 29-yard line. All comes down to this. Dallas Jet with the snap. Rolls out to his right and a flag before the play. False start on the Raiders. And that is not. And Dallas Jet is beside himself and beside the team on that one, as the 5-yard penalty will back him up now. Still 3 seconds left on the clock, so no play. It was a dead ball prior to the snap. As now 3 seconds, like we said, still remain. Harding will need to go another 5 to get it, though. 2nd and 15, sitting at the 34. As it all comes down to this. The Raiders needing one more big play. Dallas Jet takes it, rolls out to his right, has the guys down there, fires it to the end zone, and it is batted away, and the Falcons come up defensively. No flags on the field, and the Falcons win it at home by a final score of 35-28. As the Falcons get their redemption from last year, where this same Warren Harding staff came into Greenwood Chevrolet Stadium and broke the hearts of all the Falcon faithful, coming away with a big upset last year. And you see some great sportsmanship down there too by the Raiders and the Falcons. As Tyreek Ivory, obviously it's a hard time anytime you're the one that's targeted, but some great sportsmanship there shown by Tyreek Ivory of the Warren Harding Raiders, and number 16, Dom Crone, the senior of the Falcons. Showing some great leadership was Crone and Ivory, having that little moment in the end zone, realizing that, you know, at the end of the day, these kids, a lot of them are friends, and that is great that you see the sportsmanship that you did. Fitch is a winner, though, in this one, as they do come away with the victory over their AAC foe, Warren Harding, and they do what is very hard to do in high school or any sport. They beat the same opponent in back-to-back weeks, as number 6-seeded Austintown Fitch moves on, and for all intents and purposes, I believe we're going to be having a date with the Archbishop Hoban of Akron, Ohio, for what it looks like, and that is going to be slated for November 5th start time, so next Friday at 7 o'clock, and if it did come out as Hoban the winner, we will be at Akron Hoban. YSN Live will be there with you, too. Of course, you could catch all the games $9.99 on all of our games, as we will be moving through with the Falcons to the next round, and boy, oh boy, do they have a tough opponent standing in front of them as well, as we will be looking forward to that November 5th matchup. Again, you could find that on ysnlive.com, as the Falcons did what they needed to do, enough down the stretch. Clock played a factor, and how about that fumble that wasn't by the Raider defense, and it was a game clincher for the Falcons, and if there was one play the Raiders want back, you got to figure it's that one. That was a turnover that wasn't meant to be for the Raiders. As we like to thank you, as always, for tuning in and watching this broadcast, especially our $9.99 broadcast for playoff coverage, as we understand, too, hard times, but we still appreciate you joining with us today, and we hope, too, with that opportunity that you had, you checked out some of our other games as well. As we know, Canfield came across winners today, so did Poland, as it was Divisions 2, 3, and 4 for YSN coverage that was on today, so we hope you enjoyed this as well as all of your games under YSN Coverage Network tonight. To our proud owners, both DJ Yoakley and Brian Scott, that work so effortlessly to bring you every game in the regular season absolutely free, as well as being able to bring you these pay-per-view games in the playoffs for anyone that was unable to make it in attendance today. To our GM, Steve Leslie, who I believe was on the call at the Ursuline-Canton South game. He does a great job with our player profiles, our coaches' corners, as well as all of his work with both YSU and Bob Sean Park over in Struthers owners, the community, as well as YSN Live would truly not know what to do without Steve Leslie. And so we thank him. But most importantly, we'd like to thank all of you that have tuned in and watched and helped us support these kids, these schools, and these communities. You guys are truly what YSN Live is all about. And so we thank you. If you are tuning in from afar over in the Warren Harding area supporting your Raiders, or if you are right here in Austintown, Ohio supporting your Falcons, or wherever you may be in high school football, this is Ty Bartell bidding you all a farewell and a good night, everybody.
This broadcast stream is copyrighted by Yoakley Scott Corporation, LLC. Any other use of this telecast, any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without YSN's consent is prohibited.